Looking for more information this morning after an overnight police chase ends in a multi-car crash and sends 4 people to the hospital in DeKalb County. State troopers say they spotted a stolen vehicle near South Indian Creek Road, tried to pull it over, but the suspect drove off and into oncoming traffic, causing a head-on crash. 3 other vehicles were then involved in that chain reaction crash, including a state trooper's vehicle. Emergency crews actually had to help free the suspect from the wreckage. That suspect's name has not been released as of yet. 2 others were said to have serious injuries. We're hearing some of the comments from angry parents who attend an Atlanta Public Schools board meeting that includes the board's plan to cut costs by closing and repurposing some schools. Not everyone's a fan.
We send a message that some children's futures are worth less than others. These are kids who deserve every opportunity to dream big and reach their potential.
And the board insists the consolidation plan will save millions of dollars and help cover a $57 million budget deficit. Another public hearing is set for December 3rd. A final vote expected before year's end. The U.S. Senate does not have a scheduled vote today on a budget bill to end the government shutdown. While the president is urging Republicans to vote to end the filibuster and then reopen the government with a simple majority, congressional reporter Tarian Small says the longest shutdown in U.S. history is not likely to end that way.
Nearly every Republican our team talked to on the Hill said that that's just not an option they're willing to consider. Senator Tom Tillis says there's no way he could see himself being moved to that.
He says GOP members are worried that Democrats would take the same action if they retake control of Congress. Meanwhile, getting news this morning, the shutdown could soon start impacting flights out of Hartsfield-Jackson, which is on a new list of airports that will feel the pinch if the shutdown does continue.
The FAA is announcing that they'll be reducing flight capacity in the nation's highest volume air travel market, says Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
There is going to be a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations.
And it's going to happen very quickly, says FAA Administrator Brian Bedford.
So we're going to look for a ratable reduction across these 40 markets over the next 48 hours.
And the reduction will also affect space launches and cargo travel as well. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
And Atlanta is among those 40 locations. And while a list of the most popular baby names come around each year, Baby Center is out with its list of names that are going extinct as well. It says names like Jamie, Katie, Emery, and Jamal dropped the most this year, sometimes by hundreds of spots. Experts warn new parents about choosing the most popular baby names because in many instances they are the first to go out of style. A couple of stalwarts, though, Noah and Olivia remain the top baby names this year. It's 9:03. The Mark Arum Show begins in less than 2 minutes. But first, live team coverage of traffic and weather. We start in the WSB 24-hour traffic center and Smile on Mark McKay.
Thanks, Judd. We'll start to see improvement into West Atlanta from I-285 and I-20 eastbound now that a crash has been moved to the right shoulder out of that left center lane on I-20 eastbound past exit 53. The brake lights to begin at I-285. Getting a little better in East Atlanta on I-20 westbound. Still seeing it rough, though, from Glenwood Avenue, exit 60, working towards 75-85. Out of the northern suburbs now with Ashley Fresca.
Still in that slow traffic, pretty crowded out of Duluth on 85 South, the worst of it between 316 and Indian Trail. And again, as you approach I-285, 400 South, leftover brake lights roughly between Haynes Bridge and Holcomb Bridge, and down below Lennox Road as well, getting through Buckhead. Earlier trouble cleared in Ackworth, 75 South, past 92. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Warm sunshine today, high 75. Not quite as chilly for tonight. Lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, but still dry through the afternoon. Highs in the low 70s. Rain showers for early Saturday morning. Drying out Saturday afternoon. Still cloudy. Highs in the mid 70s.
It is 57 degrees right now in Swanee, 56 in South Fulton, 59 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:05. More news at 9:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome, friends, to another jam-packed edition of the Mark Arum Show. So many big stories to talk about today. In just a couple of minutes, we're going to D.C., get the latest on the oral arguments yesterday the Supreme Court had and heard referencing the Trump administration tariffs, a monster story. Depending on what the Supreme Court does, it impacts each and every one of us. 30 minutes, we're going live to Louisville, getting the latest on that UPS plane crash. Judd just gave you the latest there. At least 12 people have perished. Speaking of air travel, we are starting to see chaos now at airports around the globe. Travel expert Peter Greenberg live at 10:35 to break it down for us, what we need to know if we have travel plans while the government remains shut down. But just as Judd was finishing up his newscast there, some breaking political news, thus just popping on Twitter. Breaking news, Nancy Pelosi has announced she will not run for re-election. She's going to finish out her term and not run for re-election after nearly 40 years in Congress. Judd is going to have more on that at the bottom of the hour. But some breaking political news, Nancy Pelosi is going to retire. A story we've been talking about even before the government shutdown is the food insecurity in North Georgia, and it's only been heightened by the government shutdown and the lack of SNAP benefits, the benefits that went away over the weekend. Going in depth on this really important local story, joining us live from the Atlantic Community Food Bank, President and CEO Kyle Wade. Kyle, good morning, my friend. As always, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mark. It's great to be with you again.
Let's start before the government shutdown and the SNAP benefits went away. You are close partners with WSB Radio, so we knew the massive increase in food insecurity before the government shutdown. How big of an increase have you folks at the Atlantic Community Food Bank seen in the last 12, 18, 24 months?
Yeah, Mark, this is a really important point. Lines before the shutdown were already very long at food pantries all across North Georgia. We've seen a 70% increase in the number of people seeking food assistance over the last 3.5 years. That, of course, has just been driven by inflation and how that has increased economic pressure on so many of our neighbors. And so just in these last 3.5 years, we've been having to grow our output really significantly to meet that demand. It's put a lot of pressure on our food inventory. And so we entered this period of a government shutdown already under a lot of stress, and now we've got more challenges to deal with.
Yeah, folks that are listening that aren't food insecure and haven't needed any help, we've all seen the increased price in groceries, right? We go to the grocery store, beef's at a record high right now. As you try to stock the Atlantic Community Food Bank, you're not immune from, the rising cost of groceries and inflation either, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we of course buy a lot of food. We spend in a normal year, Mark, about $15 million buying food. And that money doesn't go as far today as it did a few years ago. So it's really increased our operating costs. And then along with that, just like every other business out there, the food bank is dealing with higher payroll costs, higher costs for fuel and trucks, just overall operating costs going up a lot at a time when demand is high and other kind of pressure on resources is also increasing. So it's kind of a perfect storm of challenges. Luckily, we went into all this with a lot of financial strength, and we've just got great support from the community. But man, this is a unique time, and we're having to dig deep to find ways to ensure that our neighbors continue to have the food that they need.
Kyle Wade is the president and CEO of the Atlantic Community Food Bank, live on the Mark Arum Show. $15 million a year. I would imagine you and your food purchasers have to be nimble, right? If beef's at a record high, you go, all right, let's focus. Let's get more bang for our buck and look at more chicken or pork. So I would imagine it's a fluid situation month to month, week to week on that $15 million of food you purchase.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot better at how we use our purchasing dollars and can do that more efficiently than we used to, and have found ways to be real opportunistic in the market in buying things. And then alongside that, we're also working to be innovative in developing new sources of food. Donated food continues to provide 2/3 of our total inventory.
Wow.
So it's important for us to really lean into that donated food. And then just in the past year and a half, we brought online a USDA certified clean room that allows us to accept donations of chicken and beef that previously we couldn't. We didn't have the authorization to repack those items. You have to go through a certification program to do it and have the right kind of infrastructure. We now have that clean room, and so we're able to accept new kinds of donations of protein that allows us to not spend as much money on those more expensive items and direct that purchasing to things that are a little bit less expensive.
That's fantastic. All right, so prior to the government shutdown, last 3 years or so, 70% increase in food insecure folks going to the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Shutdown comes, SNAP benefits go away. What have you seen in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, well, we're still in the sort of fog here in understanding the full extent of the impact that this is going to have in our community. There, of course, are sort of two pieces of it: the impact on federal employees who are not getting paid right now.
Mm-hmm.
We just hosted a big food distribution for TSA workers this past weekend, where we served close to 800 families that work for TSA. They're working, they're showing up every day, but they're not getting paid, and these are hourly folks who kind of live paycheck to paycheck, so they're really struggling right now. And then, of course, the folks who aren't getting their SNAP benefits. There's about 750,000 people across the 29 counties we serve who receive SNAP benefits. They receive about $130 million a month, which is 6 times the amount of food that we provide in a month. And so we're seeing a really sharp uptick in the number of people visiting our website looking for help. That web traffic is up about 500% in the last month. We're seeing more call volume of people calling about food. We know that traffic to food pantries is increasing. We're just not sure at what rate yet. So it is the need is increasing rapidly, and we're going out to get new food so we can meet more of that demand.
That's a shocking number. So you spend $15 million a year on food, and the 750,000 SNAP recipients in your coverage area, 29 counties. That's $130 million per month of food benefits that are now off the table for them.
We distribute on a monthly basis, about $23 million or so worth of food, which is a lot. That's a lot of food.
Yes.
But SNAP is 6 times that amount. And there's just not a way for us to make up that difference. Now, we did announce, Mark, as you probably saw, that we were pulling $5 million out of our reserves to buy more food. That'll allow us to distribute about 300,000 pounds of additional food per day over the next 4 weeks, 6 million pounds in total. So it's a big increase over what we're doing now, which is going to, make a big difference. Hopefully we won't have this shutdown drag on into December or beyond it. But if so, we'll have to contemplate taking out additional resources to buy more food. Just the demand we expect is going to be really robust, and we've got to be prepared to meet as much of it as we can.
Kyle, I want to circle back to that, what you did for the TSA workers, feeding 800 people. Do you go to the airport in that situation? How did that work?
Well, our main facility, Mark, is now down near the airport, so we're real close to where the TSA folks are working. And so we just hosted that distribution at our facility on Saturday. We've got a big parking lot, and we were able just to kind of route people through there. Had a lot of good volunteers and food bank staff out conducting that distribution. And the workers were showing up either on their way to work. We had a big line at the front door, so to speak, at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then folks, as they got off of their shift, people who were working kind of the first shift, came by the food bank on their way home. So we had a lot of people turn out. We know those folks are under a lot of pressure trying to meet all their needs, and we'll have to look at other opportunities to help them as we keep moving through this.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. That's phenomenal. Kyle Wade, CEO, president of the Atlanta Community Food Bank, joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. We've been covering food insecurity for a long time on this program and on this radio station, and obviously it's getting exponentially worse with the government shutdown and the loss of the SNAP benefits. And we've heard from so many listeners that are food secure, right, and have their pantries full. They want to help out. We've been directing them to donate to you, acfb.org. For folks that have never donated before, they donate $25 to you. What can you do with that $25?
Well, $25 if you donate, that we can turn that into about 75 meals.
Wow.
Like every dollar you donate helps us provide up to 3 meals. So we can really stretch your resources farther than you can. Part of it's our ability to buy food, and part of it's that we're getting a lot of donated food, and you're just helping pay for the logistics infrastructure that we've developed over time. That food doesn't move around on its own, Mark. We got to have somebody move it around on a forklift and a truck and so forth. So that's what you're really paying for when you're donating to us. And because we've just developed such great supplier relationships and all this community infrastructure, we can really maximize your contribution and get more food to the people who really need it right now.
Yeah, and again, Kyle, you said you already dipped into $5 million of the reserves to get folks through this difficult time. So going to need to replenish those reserves as well. Again, I'm not asking if you are not capable, you're not in a situation where you can help out, don't worry about it. But if you are food secure and you have no problem about where your next meal's coming, the best way to donate and get the most bang for your buck is with Kyle and the Atlanta Community Food Bank, acfb.org. Kyle, keep your chin up. I know you're working 18-hour days trying to feed North Georgia. Anything we can do to help, you just let us know, my friend.
Well, thank you so much, Mark, and always appreciate being on. Appreciate the support of your listeners, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks so much, brother. Kyle Wade, President and CEO of Atlanta Community Food Bank. We are going to be helping out at a Publix soon, Deborah, right? It's the Triple Team Traffic Food Drive.
Yeah, the Triple Team Traffic Food Drive is going to be hosting the Atlanta Community Food Bank on Friday, November 21st. So not this week, but next week. And we're going to be at the Publix in Alpharetta on Haynesbridge Road. And the traffic team will be out there from 9 to noon, kind of looking for your non-perishables.
Yeah.
And we kind of think about Thanksgiving this time of year so that, like
stuffing,
your favorite, right?
Yes,
yeah. So
absolutely.
if you can do that, but really any non-perishables.
Turkeys.
Yeah. And if you bring a frozen turkey, the first 25 people to do that are also going to score tickets to see Lucia, the Cirque du Soleil show at Atlantic Station. So if you have the resources, a frozen turkey. But I mean, Publix always has those great BOGO deals. You can run in, see what they have, and then just, drop off one.
Stuffing.
Always.
Maybe I'll talk to the manager at Publix and say, hey, that day only, let's do BOGO on stovetop stuffing. Give me the date and the location one more time.
All right. It is Friday, November 21st at the Publix in Alpharetta. That is 11800 Haynesbridge Road.
All right. Excellent. November 21st. And again, if you have never been in a food insecure situation and you find yourself in one, there's no shame in needing help. Reach out to your local churches or the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Go to the website. If you're a TSA worker, I love that they fed 800 TSA workers. So don't be ashamed. A lot of folks are struggling to feed their families right now. Great resource is ACFB, Atlanta Community Food Bank, online at acfb.org. All right, when we come back, we're going to go up to D.C., get the latest on the Supreme Court arguments yesterday. Right now, however, we got to check the ride around town. Live with the latest, Mike Shields.
Hey, good morning, Mark, and much better news on the West Side Perimeter. Long-standing crash, over an hour old, now all gone. That's the good news. 285 northbound, the Interloop getting past South Atlanta Road, exit 16. Still sluggish, though, as you cross over the river, getting up to Southcott Drive and trying to work your way through Smyrna and Vinings. Delays continue on I-20 with the sun in your eyes from Thornton Road getting to I-285. Inside the perimeter, things are recovering. I-20 eastbound getting past MLK Jr. Drive due to a crash that was in a center lane. Now that is cleared as well. The support is brought to you by Blindster.com. Blindster.com is a family business making custom blinds, shades, and shutters. Give them a try and see why over 1 million windows have trusted Blindster. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
If you have the WSB radio app.
If you have the WSB
all
app.
the notifications you
If
need.
you have the WSB app.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
Breaking news in Cobb County.
All in one place.
We'll send out an alert on the WSB app.
The 95.5 WSB app.
Download it from your app store today.
My holiday lights are up, the ladder's in the garage, and I'm safe inside. Wise Guys Lights handles everything, install, maintenance, and takedown, and first-time customers save $150 when they mention me, Chris Chandler. Don't wait, book now at wiseguyslights.com.
Rates are continuing to get better, and lots of folks are taking advantage of them by calling Myland. This is Scott Slade. Access the equity in your home with a home equity line of credit or cash-out refinance. Then use the equity in your home to pay off high-interest debts, student loans, basement or kitchen remodels, or anything else you need. These guys and gals are the best I've seen, and that's why I've been recommending them for over a decade. Local experts you can trust. Why would you call anyone else? Every month, Myland closes a loan that other lenders just can't do. Also, Myland wanted me to let you know they're still growing, currently hiring for their incredible sales team. If you or someone you know might be interested in joining one of Atlanta's premier mortgage lenders, give them a call. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's mylend.com. Spell it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Residential Mortgage License C148769, located at 8995 West Side Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. Myland is an equal housing lender.
You and your friends, families, coworkers, your buddies, your pals, your confidants, you might root for different football teams. Hey, that's just life. It's Mark Arum back with you. I know I root for different teams than some of my best friends, but that's okay when I go over to their house to watch the games if their football watching is powered by Xfinity. That's why I invite the fellas, the friends, over to my house, because I have Xfinity in my house, which means no lagging, no switching between apps. I got the multi-view, which allows us to watch 4 games live simultaneously. So if I'm a fan of one team, my buddy's a fan of another team, doesn't matter. We can watch the games together. Plus, with the Xfinity Sports app, you get amazing insight, stats, and all the amazing things that Xfinity brings to your football watching. If you're not on board the Xfinity family and you are a football fan, what are you waiting for? Go online and learn more at Xfinity.com. That's Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that.
If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual-eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits, like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Okay, things you can do on your deck. You can grill on your deck. You can have a hot tub on your deck. You can spend time with friends on your deck. You can... Oh, wait, what? You don't have a deck, or you'd like a nicer deck? I get it. You want just the right deck for you. You know, you need Ben Hill Renovations. Dave Baker here. Ben Hill Renovations have over 60 years experience building just the right deck, offering superior craftsmanship and a high quality of work while delivering your perfect deck built within your budget. They offer many options, different styles, different decking materials, different colors and finishes. Not sure what you like? Visit their showroom in Douglasville and see all your choices with your own eyes. And every Ben Hill deck is built up to code and backed by the Ben Hill Renovations Workmanship Warranty. You live life on your deck. Visit bhrenovations.com today and schedule a free design consultation at your home. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
During the show yesterday, we were monitoring oral arguments in front of the Supreme Court regarding the legality of the Trump administration tariffs. White House correspondent John Decker was in the courtroom at the Supreme Court. John, what vibes did you get from what the questions the Supreme Court folks were asking the lawyers?
Well, Mark, I was in the Supreme Court yesterday for those oral arguments, nearly 3 hours of oral arguments, as was the Treasury Secretary. He was a few feet away from me, the Commerce Secretary a few feet away from me, the U.S. Trade Representative also a few feet away from me. They were all there because they recognized the importance of this case. And sometimes being in the Supreme Court, as I have been over the years, you do get a sense about how the Supreme Court feels about a certain issue or a certain case. And I did get a certain sense as it relates to this case yesterday. They were very skeptical of the power that the president says he has to unilaterally impose tariffs on every one of America's trading partners. And that skepticism, Mark, was expressed by not only those liberal justices, sometimes that's to be expected, but also by conservative justices as well, which was really surprising. They have some problems with what the president is contending, that a 1977 law known as IEEPA, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, gives the president the power to impose these tariffs on every one of America's trading partners.
John, this is not hyperbole. Whatever the Supreme Court decides literally impacts every single American, because these are all products that every American uses that are dealing with these tariffs. Is this going to get fast-tracked, do we think, by the Supreme Court?
Oh, it has been fast-tracked because it was added to the docket as early as it has been, or early in its full term. And what that also means is that the Supreme Court, because it is on this fast track, will likely render a decision on this case by the end of this year, by the end of December. So we're going to get a decision from the Supreme Court pretty quickly. And for the president, I don't think it's going to be a decision that he will like. I think he's going to lose this case.
Interesting. White House correspondent John Decker joining us in the Mark Arum Show. Who makes the arguments, pro and con, making these oral arguments to the Supreme Court?
Well, making the argument on behalf of President Trump and the Trump administration is the Solicitor General, John Sauer. I've seen him argue many cases before the Supreme Court before, a very capable lawyer. And on the other side, primarily for the importing companies that brought this lawsuit in the first place, is another very capable lawyer named Neil Katyal. He is really good. He's a very strong advocate, and he's argued so many cases that I've seen before the Supreme Court, and he's been successful being formerly the Solicitor General of the United States.
Final quick question for you, John. You've been in the Supreme Court a number of times. What's the protocol for reporters or Treasury secretaries? I'm assuming no cell phones, no talking. Is it really buttoned up in there?
Yeah, it really is. You are shut off from the world. There's no electronic devices at all, not even if you had an Apple Watch. They don't let you bring that in there. You have no idea what's happening in the outside world while you're listening to oral arguments. And you go through, to be quite honest, Mark, you go through more layers of security to get into the U.S. Supreme Court than I go through when I go to the White House every day. That's how buttoned up and tight the security is when you walk into the Supreme Court building.
Huge story. John Decker was there. John, as always, appreciate your time.
Thanks, Mark. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right, very, very big story. We'll see when the Supreme Court makes their decision, hopefully before the end of the year. All right, Nancy Pelosi announced she's not going to run for re-election. Some breaking political news there. When we come back after news, weather, and traffic, live to Louisville, the latest on the fatal UPS plane crash. That's next on the Mark Arum Show.
Normally, Rufus doesn't like the vet. But these veterans are his favorite. They protect our country. Veterans Day is November 11th, and Findlay Roofing honors our local vets. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Right now, veterans get a special $1,500 discount on roof replacement. Offer ends Veterans Day. 0% financing is available. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Channel 2 Extra News this morning is the best place to be for breaking news.
So much is happening, and we're on it. Our reporters are the first to know in your community, bringing you fresh information, the best video.
We know you depend on us. It's why we're everywhere live to prepare you for the day ahead.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Channel 2 Extra News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
'Tis the season. Have you gotten your flu shot? At All Care, our experienced flu specialists are dedicated to providing comprehensive and personalized care, from vaccines to testing to treatment. And you can walk right in to any of All Care's 15 Atlanta locations and access our unique combination of primary and immediate care under a single roof for flu season and beyond. Say goodbye to waiting for the doctor and say hello to All Care, a proud member of the Piedmont Clinically Integrated Network.
Is your heating and cooling system aging? Let Reliable protect your AC from breakdowns and your budget from costly, unexpected repairs. Just $19.99 a month. Hey, it's Mark Arum. No deductibles, no hidden costs, no claims paperwork, and no service fees. Just amazing coverage. Visit ReliableAir.com/protectmyHVAC or give them a call, 770-594-9969. That's 770-594-9969.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 9:30. I'm Judd Hickenbotham. News this half hour brought to you by Dr. Roof. Our top story following this morning's breaking news in the world of politics. Longtime Democratic Congresswoman from California and former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi announces she will not seek re-election and will retire after her current term ends in early 2027.
Because of your trust, I was able to represent our city and our country around the world with patriotism and pride.
In a video posted to social media just a short time ago, the 85-year-old addresses the San Francisco public, which she represented since first running for office back in 1987. Pelosi was the first ever female House Speaker and oversaw key pieces of legislation through the years, including the Affordable Care Act. It is currently 60 degrees in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says it'll be another day of sunny skies, high in the mid-70s. We stay warm tomorrow. The clouds, though, roll in ahead of a chance of rain heading into the weekend. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Investigators continue to look into an overnight crash in DeKalb County that ended a police chase and left 4 people injured.
It starts on Redan Road near South Indian Creek Road, where state troopers spot a stolen Kia pulling out of a gas station. Troopers try to pull that vehicle over, but it speeds off, eventually crossing into oncoming traffic and hitting a Nissan head-on. 3 other cars and a police cruiser were also caught up in that wreck. One person in the Nissan and the suspect in the Kia were both trapped in their vehicles and had to be pulled to safety. Police also reportedly find a stolen gun on the suspect. The 2 people in the Nissan were taken to Grady Hospital with serious injuries. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Well, as we watch for any movement today on Capitol Hill as the government shutdown hits day number 37, the effects of the stalemate are being felt right here in Atlanta. Atlanta-based Delta Airlines says it will reduce flights beginning tomorrow to account for a directive from the FAA of reduced capacity at 40 of the country's largest airports. That list is said to include Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Delta insists the vast majority of its flights, though, will operate as scheduled. The airline's also allowing customers to change, cancel, or refund their flights without any penalty during the impacted period. Other airlines, including Southwest and United, are making similar moves. Now, if you are among the Georgians severely impacted by this government shutdown, WSB consumer expert Clark Howard has some advice.
You think through, okay, wait a minute. It's towards the end of the year. Do I have any leave I can take? And go do something else.
Yeah, he says it could give you the opportunity to bring in money to pay the bills. Even though he is not a fan of home equity loans, Clark says they may actually be a better choice than sky-high interest rates if you rack up a credit card bill. And a holiday tradition at your local Starbucks may be disrupted as unionized baristas at hundreds of locations threaten to take action.
The holiday-themed Red Cup Day, set for a week from today, is traditionally one of the company's busiest days. But Starbucks Workers United is gearing up for what it says could be its biggest strike to date. The union has yet to reach a contract with the company 4 years after employees began organizing. Starbucks has accused the union of making financially unsustainable proposals and has said that it already offers, quote, the best job in retail. I'm Bloomberg's Gina Cervetti for 95.5 WSB.
It's 9:33 as we check your money. Mixed bag on Wall Street here for your Thursday. The Dow opening up slightly. S&P about flat. NASDAQ is down slightly. Now live team coverage of traffic and weather. We start in the WSB 24-hour traffic center and Mike Shields.
And Judd, new trouble in East Atlanta, I-20 westbound right up Moreland Avenue, exit 60. Crash involving a tractor trailer. The right lane blocked and delays now back before Glenwood Avenue. So those delays will continue to build as long as this crash remains in the right lane. We're making our way through downtown. All volume here, bumper to bumper. 75-85 northbound leaving Langford Parkway, Highway 166, getting past I-20 through the Grady Curve. 75-85 southbound jammed up from 17th Street, breaking free past Georgia Tech and Williams Street. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Warm sunshine today, high 75. Not quite as chilly overnight with lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Daytime highs stay in the low to mid 70s for the rest of this week into Saturday. Our next chance of rain moves in late Friday night through Saturday morning.
It is 59 degrees in Johns Creek, 58 in Douglasville, 60 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:34. More news at 10. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jed Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Chris Chandler. Friday at 5 on Atlanta's Morning News, the weekend forecast and when do the freezing temperatures arrive. Coach Smart previews the Mississippi State game and Clark Howard's tip to shop smarts when it's time to eat out on WSB.
It was an explosion after explosion after explosion, and so you just didn't know.
That's an eyewitness to the fiery, deadly crash of the UPS plane in Kentucky. We'll go live to Louisville with the latest on the investigation 2 minutes away on the Mark Arum Show.
If you're ready for real European car lovers to work on your Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, discover Wolfpan European Auto Repair in Roswell. And for a limited time, get a free second opinion on repairs when you mention you heard about Wolfpan on the radio. Search Wolfpan Auto Repair to get started.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, Make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Save big on eggs. Right now, 18-count cartons of large grade A Kroger brand eggs are on sale for just $1.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
If you need a furnace, think of Reliable with unbeatable lifetime warranty and only $59.99 a month. It's getting cold out there. Don't be a turkey this Thanksgiving. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. Reliable Heating Air wants to keep you warm and feed you too with free Turkey Tuesday. Every Tuesday leading up to Thanksgiving, listen to my show for your chance to win a free Thanksgiving turkey courtesy of Reliable Heating and Air, the name Atlanta trusts when it's time to turn on the heat. Stay cozy, save energy, and keep your oven and your furnace cooking this holiday season. Visit ReliableAir.com to schedule your furnace check today. Just waiting to see Deb's reaction to this song. It takes me back to college. Cult of Personality, happy 61st birthday. Corey Glover of Living Color. This topped the charts, I'm assuming, Deborah, at some point.
Oh, yeah, we play this down the hall, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Good, great. Living Color, nice impact in the
Danny
music.
Glover's son.
Is it really?
Yeah.
See, I'm gullible. Don't do that to me. Really?
For the reals.
Really?
Yes.
All right, there goes Longoria's Fact of the Day. Welcome back to the Mark Aram Show. Coming up on the show, Peter Greenberg, travel expert, is going to join us live, talking about the air travel chaos going on right now with the government shutdown. Air travel tragedy in Louisville, Kentucky. Continue our team coverage of the fatal UPS plane crash. Joining us live from Louisville, from CBS News, it's Nicole Valdez. Nicole, good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Another tough day here in Louisville.
Indeed. So we were on the air 24 hours ago. The death toll was at 9. Has that been updated on this Thursday morning?
Yeah, just last night, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear confirming now 12 people have been killed in this crash. So as you can imagine, this is an extremely tough day for the city. He pointed out that there are so many people who are really feeling the impact from this crash, even if they didn't have loved ones on there. Just because of how large of an employer UPS is, it's likely that somebody in the city knows somebody who worked there. So this is a big deal. Now, just yesterday, investigators with the National Transportation Safety Board, they confirmed that not only are they continuing, really the beginning of their investigation started yesterday, but they did find the plane's 2 black boxes. Although they were damaged by the heat. Of course, you remember the images of that fiery explosion that burned for hours. But they are still confident, rather the investigators there say they're confident, they'll be able to extract critical data from those black boxes that will hopefully tell them what went wrong and what caused this crash. Those boxes are already on their way to Washington, D.C. And they also talked about really the parts of the plane that some actually saw sort of scattered across the road after that crash. They were able to confirm at this point that left engine did detach from the wing during takeoff. That's why if you've seen some of the video online, you'll notice sort of what looks like a fire on the left side of the plane before takeoff there. So this will, again, say a lot about what may have caused this crash, but of course, so many people really focusing on the lives lost at this point.
Yeah, obviously. Nicole, we have, speaking of videos of the crash, we got some new videos. I don't know if these were security cameras or dashboard cameras, but the NTSB folks actually getting more video images of when the crash happened.
Absolutely. And there are so many people, sharing them, witnesses, whether it's on social media, sending them to investigators to, again, try to help them, maybe even make a timeline, right, as to what happened, when did it happen, and maybe give them some more clues as to what may have contributed to this crash. But it really isn't just the plane and the crash itself. Of course, we're talking about the people here in Louisville that have been impacted, the businesses that were hit during that crash, a recycling plant and auto parts facility, and the employees that work there now sharing their stories of witnessing that crash. I mean, if you remember, if you've seen that one video of that truck driver sitting in his truck, seeing that plane come down what looked like just feet in front of him. I mean, an incredible situation, one that I don't know if I could make words of if I was that truck driver.
Yeah, shocking video, and he ran out of the cab of the truck to go get a closer look. Nicole, here in Atlanta, we think UPS, we think Atlanta, right? The worldwide headquarters, but Louisville, a massive hub for UPS. Like, how big is the UPS presence in Louisville, Kentucky?
Oh, they employ thousands here. In fact, the facility on the airport property is actually called UPS Worldport. So it is a major hub of operations here. And UPS yesterday, a part of their statement, they actually reminded people that UPS doesn't just deliver packages, although there was about 20,000 on board that plane that crashed earlier this week, but they also deliver medicine and food. And so having a shortage of supplies and deliveries could certainly impact people across the country. So far, they're not seeing any major shortages, although they did shut down operations at least here yesterday. We're still waiting to see if they have restarted that today. But of course, I think they're trying to be really respectful of those men and women who have lost loved ones.
Yeah, one final thing, Nicole. I mentioned this yesterday on the show. This flight was leaving Louisville, heading to Honolulu, which means not only full cargo, but full fuel, which might have added to the severity of that fiery crash.
More than 30,000 gallons of fuel absolutely contributed to why we saw the extent of that explosion and why it burned for so long. I mean, the aerial images show you not only that incredible plume of smoke, but it took hours for the fire to, in part, be contained by firefighters who responded, but also just to die out, because again, there was so much really fuel being added to that fire from the plane and potentially from some of the businesses that it hit that had some other dangerous materials there. So it was unfortunately a bad situation on top of a worse.
Yeah, Nicole Valdez, CBS News Live in Louisville. Nicole, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, so the update there, the new news this morning, 12 people perished, but the NTSB, working without paychecks, federal employees doing their best. They did recover those 2 black boxes. They're already back in Washington, and hopefully you can get some more clarity on what happened in that tragedy. Nicole Valdez there, CBS News in Louisville. Peter Greenberg's going to join us live at 10:35. I'll ask Peter about that crash. He knows more about aviation and airplanes than anyone I know, but I also want to talk to him about what's going on with the air traffic controller situation. Will we see a reduction in flights here at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson? So more on that in just a second. She mentioned fire, Deborah. This is a local story. No pun intended. The local bar attempted arson at this legendary local bar.
Yeah, the local, which is on Ponce.
Yeah.
Right? Is a place I used to go to a lot pregame before you'd go to the Masquerade a couple blocks away. So I've been to the local many times. Apparently, they caught someone trying to set it on fire. Luckily, there wasn't any damage except for the gas meter because it was all outside. They didn't actually get inside or whatever. So they had to shut the gas off, and the business has been shut down just as a precaution to make sure they can get it back up and running. So the business itself is okay, but they were able to catch this attempted arsonist on video cameras.
I didn't pregame at the local to go before I went to the Masquerade, but I used to, in my dart league, we used to go to the local. I miss playing darts.
Why don't you put a dart in your basement?
Where
all the spiders are.
It's possible.
Or put it in your office, with all the junk.
No, there's too much stuff in that office.
I was so good at darts for a brief period of time, from college up until my mid-30s, and I did the dart league around here, loved it, and then I don't know, I just lost the skills, just went away. Like I fell off a cliff, and it was great. We
peaked.
I peaked and then just plummeted. I went from being the best player on our team to the worst player on our team with I didn't get the yips or anything.
Carpal tunnel.
I don't know, shoulder. I don't know what it was, but I used to love
Your throwing shoulder.
Yeah, I used to love going to dart leagues, and then I did. Oh, part of it was when we shifted our times for the Mark Arum show. It was 10 to midnight. I could go to the dart league, have a few brewskis, come in and do the show with Longoria and Low T, and then they moved it to 6 to 8, which prevented me, and it was no big loss because that was horrible. Did not expect to talk. I love playing darts though. I bet you're a dart shark.
Had a dart board in our basement for a while.
Yeah.
Not very good at it, but
When I was food insecure, going back to food insecurity in college, no money for food, certainly no money for draft beer at the nightcap in Poughkeepsie. I would win beers by playing darts. That was how I was able to, Look at me reliving my dark glory days. I apologize for that. All right, when we come back, the election shutdown, the latest on the shutdown, and President Trump had a new interview and his reaction to the Tuesday election results. We'll go to D.C. for that after we check traffic at 9:46 on the Mark Arum Show, live with the latest. Here's Mike Shields.
And Mark, what's better news as we speak? Crash just clearing from the right lane involving a tractor trailer. I-20 westbound getting past Moreland Avenue, exit 60. So those delays are quickly improving, but you'll still hit the brake lights once you get to the downtown connector, which is still slow northbound from 166 through the Gritty Curve, getting past John Lewis Freedom Parkway. Southbound sluggish from 17th Street down to North Avenue. This report is brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Learn more about their support of common threads and nutrition education at anthem.com/dream. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is a trade name of Blue Cross Blue Shield Healthcare Plan of Georgia, Incorporated. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
In Atlanta, there is always something happening.
Tanker truck crashed into the median.
The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
No traffic getting through in either direction.
Helping you on your commute.
Avoid the area at all costs. Take Highway 155 or Highway 4223.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Your home. It's where you live, sleep, eat, and breathe. Shouldn't it be healthy and safe for your family? To be truly healthy, your home needs to be bug and critter free. Who knows what germs they bring in your house? Hey, it's Mark Arum. I trust Breda Pest Management to protect my home inside and out because a pest-free home is a healthy home. Do not settle for the 5-minute outside only, hey, spray and pray approach to pest control. That is not protection. That's not a healthy home. Some other companies have given up on the inside of your home, but not Breda. They know a healthy home requires protection inside and out. It's the gross, germy bugs inside you want gone. So let the local folks from Breda in, and they'll keep those pests out. Breda, they handle bugs and critters for a truly healthy home. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Welcome to Window Wisdom with North Georgia Replacement Windows. Today we're talking with window and door experts Ted Kirk and Jonathan Cullum, owners of North Georgia Replacement Windows. Ted, can you explain how the Infinity fiberglass windows can give us more daylight and bigger views in our home?
Because our Infinity Ultrex fiberglass is so strong, the frames of our windows are thinner, which gives you more daylight and bigger views. Our windows are not big and bulky like other replacement windows.
What if someone wants a window where there isn't one already?
Fortunately, we're licensed general contractors, and we can help with that. Our windows come in both a new construction and replacement option, so we're always guaranteed to have the perfect fit for your home.
How do the Infinity fiberglass windows measure up when it comes to energy efficiency?
Infinity windows have super energy efficient glass that will lower your energy bills and protect your floors, window treatments, and home furnishings from fading out from the damaging sun's UV rays.
Jonathan, anything else you'd like to add?
Just remember, if you're replacing your old windows that are leaking and rotting, choose Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows, or you're giving up both daylight and views. And not only are our fiberglass windows more durable, they are truly beautiful windows.
Jonathan and Ted, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, experience, and expertise. And right now at North Georgia Replacement Windows, we are proud to offer savings to be thankful for. You'll receive 17% off your entire project, plus up to 18 months no interest, no payments. Hurry, these offers end November 30th, 2025. Visit our beautiful showroom in Alpharetta to see all the possibilities for your home ngwindows.com and visit us online for all the details on these special savings and financing offers. ngwindows.com. Visit us today at ngwindows.com. ngwindows.com.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
At the Original Mattress Factory, we make mattress shopping easy. We offer our lowest and best price to everyone, every day, so you can shop when you're ready. We show you exactly what's inside of our mattresses so you can see and feel the quality for yourself to ensure you're getting the best value. And we offer a no-pressure shopping experience. Our team is here to help you find the best mattress for you. It's that easy. Visit an OMF location today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It is a very heartwarming experience to know that your labors of 4 years have achieved that level where they are approved.
69 years ago today, as heard on WSB Radio, President Dwight D. Eisenhower reelected, defeating Adlai Stevenson, November 6, 1956. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. As heard on WSB Radio 45 minutes ago, we had Kyle Wade on from the Atlanta Community Food Bank talking about the struggles they're dealing with right now as the government remains shut down. SNAP benefits are gone, and they're doing great stuff. We got the Triple Team Traffic Food Drive coming up on November 21st. That's a Friday. We'd love for you to donate there. Or if you are food secure and you have your pantry stocked, go ahead and make a donation if you can. If not, no big deal. acfb.org. There is one North Georgia restaurant that is heeding the call to feed the needy right now. Deborah, what is this restaurant? What are they doing?
Yeah, this is very cool. It's called the Rolling Snackle Box, and they're located in Tate. I'm not sure where Tate is, but Tate, Georgia. And they started this Pay It Forward program. So, if you're hungry, if you're struggling, if you're not getting a paycheck right now, what you can do is, say you go in and you buy lunch, right? You can say, oh, I'm going to buy a lunch for someone else. So you ordered a chicken sandwich. They'll take that receipt, they'll put it on the wall, and then someone else can come in and be like, oh, you know what? I want a chicken sandwich. And it's already paid for because you paid for it.
I like that.
Yeah. And if you're not in Tate, you can call them up and actually donate over the phone, and they'll do the same thing.
I got to see their menu. I want to do this. Vinny's going to buy dry macaroni and cheese.
Dry macaroni and
Only
cheese
if
for
they
Vinny.
have dry macaroni. Everything's dry to Vinny. Yeah, see if you can find the website. I'd like to do that. As long as people don't abuse it. Like, Montgomery Burns comes in there. It's like, yeah, I'll take a free chicken sandwich, even though I'm a trillionaire. I like that. Good idea. What's the name of the restaurant again?
They're called the Rolling Snackle Box.
Love that name, too. Fantastic stuff. All right, government shutdown continues. In Washington, President Trump again yesterday pushing for Senate Republicans to overturn the filibuster rule to end the now record government shutdown. Senate Majority Leader John Thune maintains not enough votes among fellow Republicans to change the procedural tactic. Start Here spoke to ABC's Ali Pecorin, who covers Capitol Hill.
There's only 53 Republicans in the Senate, and though they've tried to fund the government 14 separate times now, only one Republican has actually voted against doing that, and 3 Democrats have. That doesn't get to 60. And President Trump is growing more and more frustrated about this rule existing, both as it pertains to funding the government and as it pertains to a vast many other priorities that the president has.
Ali Pecorin from ABC. President Trump blaming the shutdown in part for the big Republican losses in Tuesday's elections. Democrats pulled off a clean sweep of major races nationwide, but still no sign that the president is ready to negotiate about the shutdown. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Zhang has more.
In a new interview, President Trump blamed a lack of communication for the string of GOP losses on election night.
The biggest problem is Republicans don't talk about it. They don't talk about the word affordability, and the Democrats lie about it.
According to exit polls, affordability was top of mind for voters who elected Democratic governors in New Jersey and Virginia, and Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani as New York City mayor.
That's Weijia Zhang. Now, I've heard reports that there's actually legitimate talks right now to come up with a solution to end the government shutdown. Now, oh, Vinny, bless your heart, day 37, man. I'm so sorry. We give away those Sting tickets at 11:35. It's going to be the 37th caller. But there are apparently like legitimate negotiations going on right now. It's just a matter if the Democratic senators trust that Republicans, if they sign the continuing CR to open the government again, will the Trump administration, will Senate Republicans actually negotiate on what to do with health care? But maybe some progress. Hopefully, you know what? Why not just open the government tomorrow? That'd be a nice Friday treat. Open the government. Thanksgiving looming. We've been talking about deals at Walmart, Lidl yesterday. Now Target beats them all?
Well, kind of. Target's getting in on the game. So their Thanksgiving dinner is for 4 people. Some of the Target and the Lidl ones were
for
like
10.
So this is for 4 people, but it's still a deal. It's under $20, and you might have a smaller family.
$5 a person?
Exactly. That's not bad. You get a Good and Gather turkey up to 10 pounds, and then you get 5 pounds of russet potatoes, Ocean Spray cranberry sauce, stovetop stuffing,
Boom.
Heinz turkey gravy, French bread, and some frozen corn. That's not bad.
How does it say how big the turkey is?
Up to 10 pounds.
So
Which
that's
for 4 is fine.
Or me and Longoria.
Yeah.
We can knock out a 10-pound turkey, you and me.
Easy.
Yeah.
I think we should buy some and have some here because everyone's always hungry here.
Channel 2 used to do, and I've done this before in years past. I don't know if they still do it. They would put out a Thanksgiving feast for the folks that had to work Thanksgiving. And if I had no plans on Thanksgiving, I would just,
That's me every year.
slide by. Really?
Every year.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You want to come to Maya's cousin's house with us? You want me to just buy you a Target turkey dinner?
No, I'm more interested in watching the game than eating.
All right, fair enough. That's right. Go Pack. 9:57 on the Mark Arum Show. Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic in 3. When we come back, the breaking news. Nancy Pelosi says she is not running for re-election. We'll talk all things politics and pretty cool. Jonathan Karl from ABC has a new book out on the just incomparable 2024 presidential election. We'll talk to Jonathan Karl next on the Mark Arum Show.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, every week on the show, we offer folks something we call the Portfolio X-Ray. I was hoping you could walk us through that process and tell us why the information it uncovers is so powerful.
Yeah, so the reason we love doing the Portfolio X-Ray for you is we do that behind the scenes. Everybody's extremely busy. Nobody wants to waste time in traffic. If you call in, we will ask you for some information via the phone. Once you've given us that information, we go to work and we put all the hours in developing the report. And I commit this to you. The Portfolio X-Ray is eye-opening. At least 90+% of the time, we can find 2 or 3 golden nuggets in there that you were not aware of that we can either change in your current portfolio mix for you. It's called a 401k optimizer. Or if we manage the assets for you, we certainly can recommend how to diversify away from some of the troubling points that are exposed during the Portfolio X-ray. Once we've got that, then we'll have you in for your initial consultation. We will present the Portfolio X-ray to you and walk you through the high points of it. And that's a document that you get to take with you. It's like getting a financial physical. Mm-hmm. So how many of you avoided going to the doctor for the annual physical last year? You do the same thing with your financial life. You ignore it. You keep pumping money into your 401k. You hope that it's going well, and I can tell you that hope is not a good investment or financial planning strategy. You need to know. So if you want to know, Call us.
The Portfolio X-ray is complimentary. Give Hoffman Financial Group a call to schedule yours today. 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news is sponsored by TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Air. We do have breaking news this morning concerning a career politician.
CBS News special report. After 39 years in Congress, an announcement from Nancy Pelosi.
I want you, my fellow San Franciscans, to be the first to know. I will not be seeking re-election to Congress.
Pelosi posted to X, acknowledging she made history when she was chosen as the first and only female Speaker of the House of Representatives in 2007.
It was an historic moment for our country, and it was momentous for our community.
The 85-year-old Democrat put her combative relationship with President Trump on full display. Correspondent Nicole Killian on Capitol Hill.
Many will not forget the time at the State of the Union where she literally ripped up his address right behind him after he delivered that State of the Union address in his first term.
The president has not yet commented on Pelosi's decision to retire when her term concludes in 2027. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
All right, your weather for today. I hope you get a chance to get out and enjoy it. It's going to be beautiful, sunny, warm, highs around 75, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Enjoy it now because next week it's going to get frigid, she says. Well, flights at 40 high-volume U.S. airports, including Hartsfield-Jackson here in Atlanta, will be slashed by 10% starting tomorrow morning if the government shutdown drags on. Joel Ortiz of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association says air traffic controllers are under a lot of stress.
It's real easy to say you're going to miss one or two paychecks. You'll get that money back. You're going to be okay. But no one knows when their paychecks are going to come.
FAA Administrator Brian Bedford announcing that the flight reductions will help take the pressure off of those air traffic controllers. Officials say some controllers have not been coming into work because they've had to get another job, forcing those who do show up to work longer hours. Now, earlier in the week, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy had said that the FAA could be forced to shut down airspace in some markets if this shutdown continues. Southwest United Airlines this morning saying that they're going to be offering refunds to those impacted, and Delta is saying that they will allow additional flexibility to their customers who are impacted to change, cancel, or get a refund on their flights without penalty. A police chase through DeKalb County sends 4 people to the hospital.
It all happened on Reed Ann Road. State troopers trying to pull over a stolen Kia near South Indian Creek Road, but that driver refused to stop. During that chase, the suspect drove into oncoming traffic and hit a Nissan head-on, sparking a chain reaction crash involving 3 more cars and a police cruiser. 2 people in the Nissan suffer serious injuries. One of them had to be pulled from the car. The suspect in the stolen car was also trapped inside their car and had to be removed by firefighters. Troopers reportedly also find a stolen gun on the suspect in the process. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
The death toll from that UPS plane crash in Kentucky is now at 12. Alex Perez has the latest this morning on the investigation into what caused the crash.
Federal investigators say the left engine of UPS Flight 2976 caught fire moments after takeoff and separated from the aircraft. Seconds later, the plane slamming into the ground, igniting a massive fireball. The debris field nearly half a mile wide.
Did everybody make it out? No. What do you mean no? No!
Horrifying dashcam video capturing the moment the plane falls from the sky, leaving a trail of flames. About 100 firefighters extinguishing the blaze, most of the fuselage gone.
3 crew members and 9 others, including a child, killed in that crash. And a new study this morning suggests that radiation may not be necessary for breast cancer patients. The study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed 1,600 women for almost 10 years, and they had early stage 2 breast cancer. Researchers found that radiation in the chest wall made no difference in survival rates among those who had also been treated with surgery or advanced anti-cancer drugs. Patients who had radiation and those who did not both had survival rates of just over 81%. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is down 314 at 46,996. So the Dow is down more than 0.5%. NASDAQ's down more than a full percent. And the S&P's also in the red this morning, down more than 0.5%. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Smiling Mark McKay has a look at the roads.
Still seeing a big delay into downtown. Sabrina trying to get into the city from the south side above University Avenue, exit 244. The brake lights are still thick up past I-20 and a slow ride through northwest Atlanta 75, slowing as you approach Northside Drive. The 85 400 corridor, leaving 400 on 85 South. Still a bit tricky as you work your way down towards 17th Street Atlantic Station. JamCam shows a crash in southern Henry County on the shoulder, causing a bit of a hassle rolling toward McDonough. They're working on the shoulder now, I-75 northbound above Bill Gardner Parkway, exit 212. Smiling Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Warm sunshine today, high 75. Not quite as chilly for tonight. Lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, but still dry through the afternoon. Highs in the low 70s. Rain showers for early Saturday morning. Drying out Saturday afternoon. Still cloudy. Highs in the mid-70s.
It is 64 degrees in Marietta. Tucker has 62, and it's 63 in Sugar Hill. We'll have more news at 10:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome back to the show and a good Thursday morning to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 10:06, 6 minutes after 10 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon on 95.5 WSB. The whole gang with us today. Deborah, executive producer of the program. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Down south, Vinny screens your calls. Coming up in 30 minutes, air travel chaos. Travel expert Peter Greenberg here to give us the lowdown on what to expect at TSA, air traffic controllers, and maybe a 10% reduction in flights as the government remains shut down. And if you are an animal lover like I am, make sure you're listening after the news at 11. We're going to talk to a DeKalb dog owner. Horrible story. Her dog's outside in her front yard, fenced-in front yard. Someone shoots and kills her dog, and nothing's being done about it. Just awful. We're going to talk to her. 11:37, Deborah's got tickets to give away to see the incomparable Gordon Sumner, also known as what, Deborah?
Also known as Sting.
Sting, yes. We're going to give away a pair of tickets to that. Obviously, the big political story we broke live here on the show. Nancy Pelosi, former Speaker of the House, announced she is not going to run for re-election. So she's going to, I guess, just, ride out this term and then retire. Almost 40 years in Congress, what that might do to the Democrats on the congressional side of things. Speaking of politics, joining us from ABC News, it's John Carl. John, we covered the lead up to the 24 presidential election, the presidential election. And I remember saying on the show, oh, man, I can't wait to see what the history books write about this crazy time in American politics. I thought it would be 10 years before I got a breakdown of that crazy 2024 election. I don't have to wait, though, 10 years because you've got a book out, Retribution, Donald Trump and the Campaign That Changed America. Tell us about this book and your journey through that 2024 election cycle.
I feel like I've lived 10 years over the last year. Trust me. Look, I felt that this was a campaign for the ages. And I knew, especially after the shooting in Butler and the Biden being forced out of the race, I just knew that I had to go back and document this race. So over the course of the campaign, I was able to have access to people that were at the middle of it all. I mean, I was talking to Joe Biden's son, Hunter, regularly as the party was trying to force his father out of the race. I was talking to President Trump over the phone every few days in the fall. I was talking to, his chief strategist, Steve Bannon, talked to him the day he got out of prison right before the election. And I went back after the election was over and revisited all those key moments and, tried to get that first draft of history. And I've written now, believe it or not, 4 books on the Trump era. I think this is by far the most ambitious that I've done.
How were you able to get such extreme access behind the scenes?
It's a matter of, covering the story from the start. I mean, Look, I've now been around longer than I would care to admit, but I was a young reporter for CNN covering Capitol Hill. Got to know Joe Biden as a senator. Got to know him pretty well. I had it, in terms of Donald Trump, I've known him since 1994. I knew him, more than 30 years ago when I was a young reporter for the New York Post. And I've just been reporting on this. Chief White House correspondent for ABC when Trump first got into office, president of the White House Correspondents Association. And I knew that I was doing more than the crushingly busy work of the day-to-day reporting. I was witnessing history, and felt that I wanted to not just do the daily reporting, which is really important, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to be able to go back and to try to get a deeper perspective of what was happening. So I was kind of doing two things at once.
ABC's John Karl joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. One of those monumental moments in the campaign happened here in Atlanta. It was that debate disaster for President Biden, which eventually led him to, not run again. Is that highlighted at all in your book?
Oh my God, it's such a central moment, obviously, in the career of Joe Biden and the Biden presidency and in the modern political history of our country. This one debate that ends a president's reelection campaign. Absolutely. The scene that I provide, what I tried to do, first of all, is get a sense of how different people were watching the debate and what the immediate reaction was, and what Biden was doing in the hours and days leading up to the debate for hints as to how this became such a disaster. But one scene that is so vivid is a debate watch party that is happening out in Los Angeles at the home, this beautiful multi-million-dollar mansion of the designer Michael Smith. He's having a debate watch party with Doug Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband, Gretchen Whitmer, governor of Michigan, J.B. Pritzker, governor of Illinois, Andy Beshear, governor of Kentucky, and a whole bunch of big Democratic donors. Jane Fonda is there, Rob Reiner is there, and they all sit down to watch the debate. It's like it's a fundraiser, and it's like a great little event, and then they see the disaster unfold. And at the first commercial break, Rob Reiner, meathead from All in the Family. I mean, Rob Reiner is so angry. He's so confused. He starts spouting off. I won't repeat some of the words he said, but he's like, "What? We're totally bleeped. We can't have this. Is terrible. What happened? How did this happen?" And he starts yelling. And as he's yelling, Doug Emhoff, again, the second gentleman, Kamala Harris's husband, is right in front of him. He feels like Rob Reiner is yelling at him, like blaming him in some way. Anyway, basically all of the politicians leave during that commercial break, leaving those big donors to stay. Jane Fonda, by the way, she's there watching and gets quite emotional. One person there said she was actually had tears in her eyes. Another said, no, she wasn't really crying, but she was just very upset. But so anyway, there are a lot of vivid scenes like that. This was an incredible moment that was just a jolt to Democrats.
Yeah, and I remember covering it here and thinking to myself, well, I can never say, well, debates don't matter anymore because the debates can matter. Right. But prior to the publication of the book, do you have to send copies to President Trump, President Biden, Vice President Harris? And do you have to, get sign off from them that, okay, everything in this book is legit?
Not exactly in that way, but what you do is you go back to the key players and do basically it's almost like a fact check. Okay. And do you have anything to add to this? And one thing I should tell you, I did go over to the White House right before. About a week before the book officially came out, and delivered a copy, hand-delivered a copy of the book for Trump. I haven't heard. He's neither attacked it nor said anything. Or said anything nice about it. I have no idea what he thinks. But I did. My approach as a reporter is I don't like to surprise the people that I am writing about. I want to make sure they've got a chance to get their piece in there and that they know what's coming.
Well, that answered my second question, was what was the reaction from President Trump? Yet to be determined. We'll see. Retribution, Donald Trump and the campaign that changed America, already on the New York Times bestseller list. Certainly going to grab that. Jonathan Karl, best of luck with the book. Really appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you very much. Great talking to you.
I don't think we fully comprehend how crazy that 2024 election is. The Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt. That alone is mind-blowing, that President Trump was millimeters away from being assassinated. And then the Biden debate performance. That's a pretty crazy story. The Hollywood elite getting together to watch the debate and losing their minds when Biden just fell on his face. I've never heard that story before. And then Biden stepping down, and then Kamala Harris what a crazy election it was. I'm gonna read that book. Did he send us a copy by any chance?
I don't think we got a copy of that one.
I literally thought, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to wait 10 years to see how I don't, because we lived through it. This is modern.
Yeah, we were called in to come work on some of these events.
Longoria's grandkids are going to be asking Pop Longoria, be like, really? They tried to assassinate President Trump and Joe Biden spazzed out during, these are going to be in our history books forever. And I think it's still so fresh for us that just that assassination attempt alone, insane. Anyway, I don't really like reading political books, but we covered it, Deborah. We were there every step of the way. Crazy stuff. Jonathan Karl, ABC. Good stuff there. This is a horrible story. The president of the Philippines has declared a state of calamity. I've never heard a state of calamity. I've heard a state of emergency, etc. A state of calamity after a typhoon left at least 114 people dead.
I'm Vicky Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Liza Beckus hangs sodden clothing on the lean-to she's created out of corrugated aluminum and lumber. What's up? Everything. We lost everything, she says. We just finished paying for the TV. It's gone. The kids' school uniforms, everything. All we can do is cry. Typhoon Kalmygi displaced more than 560,000 villagers. And another big storm is on its way. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
That's insane. My sister-in-law is Filipino. I need to reach out to her. I didn't even know that was a thing, a state of calamity. Let's stay in Asia briefly, Deborah. I've been to Japan a bunch of times, and I've seen a lot of wildlife. They have monkeys. Last time I was there, they were like, heads up. We were at like a winery in northern Japan. It was like, watch out for wild boar. So I was like, wild boar sign. I've never seen a sign like that. But we did not encounter any bears. But I know there are bears in Japan, and apparently they're becoming a problem.
Yeah, the Japan military has deployed troops to look after these bears because I guess there's been about 100 injuries and 13 deaths since April of them coming into the city.
Ugh.
Now, they're trying to set bear traps. I don't know if it's like how they do in Colorado, where like they tag the bear, then they send it back out, and then after so many times they destroy the bear. But I guess they're really starting to come into the city more and just, getting into trying to find food. It's probably because we're taking over their natural resources.
Well, it's happening in Connecticut, so
it's the same thing.
I'm so mad, by the way, that I never saw a single black bear living in Connecticut. And now every time I go on Facebook, one of either my parents or my parents' friends, or one of my high school friends are like, "Oh, black bear in our backyard again." Like, what? Nothing. Not a single bear sighting when I was there. Now they're everywhere. One more animal story. This is really sad. There's a wildlife park. Where's the wildlife park located,
This
Deborah?
is in New Zealand.
All right, New Zealand, struggling. The wildlife park is struggling. And if you've never been to the Wild Animal Safari south of town, it's the greatest tourist attraction in the state of Georgia. That's my hot take. I stand on it. It's phenomenal. I love it. I love these wildlife parks. There's one actually near where I grew up that I went to recently. They have 7 lions that they say they're going to have to euthanize because they're not making enough money, Deborah? They can't afford them?
So the park itself has to close.
Oh.
And these are older lions. They're about 18 to 21 years old, which they're saying is way longer than any lion would be in the wild. And there's no place to rehome them to. There's no other sanctuary or zoo because the cost of a lion is very expensive. And because they're so old, they need all this extra care. And people just, like elderly pets. Not everyone's willing to adopt an elderly pet. No one's really willing to take these elderly lions.
Someone has to.
Well, they're saying they're going to have to destroy them in a couple of weeks. There's just no place for them to go. Yeah.
That's Peter Jackson, right? Didn't he shoot all the Lord of the Rings in New Zealand? He's a billionaire. Can he step up and build a little sanctuary? That's tragic to have to euthanize 7 lions. Sad story. I didn't want to end the segment on a sad story. I'm sorry. That's my apology. My bad on that. All right, when we come back, are you waiting for Black Friday deals? Apparently, a lot of folks are doing it, but they want to buy groceries on Black Friday. We'll explain. After we check the mid-morning ride around town, let's say hello and good morning to Smiling Mark McKay.
Morning, Mark. We're watching delays into downtown on the connector northbound, slowed in part by Atlanta police working a crash on the left shoulder, 7585 northbound, just above the I-20 interchange exit 247. Brake lights are back at University Avenue, easing up for the southbound ride into Midtown on 75, 400, and on I-85. 85, though, still struggling out of Duluth under Norcross. Pretty thick, 85 southbound, 316, down to Beaver Ruin Road, exit 102. This report sponsored by Blindster.com. Blindster.com is a family business making custom blinds, shades, and shutters. Give them a try and see why over 1 million windows have trusted Blindster. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
When the news matters to you.
The massive project at 285 and Georgia 400 has been a big improvement.
95.5 WSB has you covered.
The latest incident comes when a SWAT team is called after a suspect.
Your 24/7 news
They
source.
had no ties to a gang.
When you need the story, all you need to do is listen. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
You've thought about assisted living for your parents, but maybe the right answer is renovating your home and having mom or dad move in. I'm Richard, Chief Architect at Sketch House, where we create custom architectural drawings for homeowners looking to remodel. Why get drawings first? You'll know what's possible. You'll be able to get pricing and compare builders apples to apples, and builders love drawings. You'll get bumped to the top of their list with drawings in hand. Let Sketch House help you make a decision about your aging parents at a fixed price. Visit sketchhouse.com. That's sketch, HAUS.com.
Seems like everywhere I go, I have dudes coming up to me asking me about advanced hair and what makes them different. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. What makes them different? Well, they combine science and technology to give you back your own natural growing hair. Not a pill or a lotion subscription that helps keep what you have. Instead, Advanced Hair offers the proven guaranteed solution that regrows your hair where it's currently gone. You have a bald spot? Taken care of. Receding hairline? Taken care of. Quick, simple one-day treatment, and your real hair begins to regrow the very next day, and it's even guaranteed to grow for life. Fellas, if you want your hair back, now's the time, and Advanced Hair is the place. Takes just one visit, but first, you need a free consultation. Schedule now, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com, and if you move forward, you get $250 off, plus 250 free grafts. One-day treatment, life-changing results, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow.
Will my hair really grow back? Do I still get to have a birthday party? Can my teddy come into the machine with me? Will you stay with me tonight, Mommy?
Every day, kids at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta ask questions they should never have to. By giving today, you can help us answer them. With your support, our kids get the care and treatment they need. And even a birthday, they'll never forget. Give to Children's for that. Donate today at choa.org/give.
At Castile Heating and Cooling, we know the holidays bring joy, laughter, and lots of people messing with the thermostat. Uncle Steve visiting from out west wants the heat cranked way up, and all the roughhousing little cousins want it Arctic. Castile will keep your HVAC system running strong all season long with expert installation and same-day emergency service. And right now, get up to $5,000 off a new HVAC system install, plus flexible financing available on installs and major repairs. Book CastileAir.com today.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today. 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Dale with TrustDale.com. For over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with their 3-way warranty, including my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
That's right, Dale. America's Best Choice offers highest quality, energy-efficient windows and special pricing on custom decks. We also offer beautiful siding, doors, and now roofing, all with no pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com for your free in-home estimate. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
You can breathe easier in your home this fall with the professional air duct cleaning from Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Cleaner air means less dust, less congestion, and a healthier home for you and your family. Right now, when you mention WSB, you'll get $75 off your next air duct cleaning. Just use promo code AIR75 when you schedule online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, spell it backwards or forwards, it's the right way to clean.
Been wanting a new deck for your home, something that's built just the way you want it, but you're scared to pull the trigger? I can help you with that. Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. Right now, Ben Hill Renovations are offering special financing. No interest if you pay in full within the 18 months promo period. You're welcome. Visit bhrenovations.com today and schedule a free design consultation at your home. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
This country made it very plain that they approved what we've been doing.
It was a slaughter 41 years ago today. President Ronald Reagan won re-election by a landslide over Democrat Walter Mondale. I think that was, I could be wrong, I apologize, at least one of the top 3 landslide victories in electoral college history. I think Mondale only won like D.C. or maybe his home state. I don't know, but that was 41 years ago today, November 6, 1984. A lot of folks, speaking of calendars, circling Amazon Black Friday deals for whatever, Christmas gifts, et cetera, et cetera. That happens every year. I don't think this happens every year, though. People are looking forward to Black Friday to save money on their groceries.
Yeah, Black Friday is really only 22 days away when you look at the calendar, and 1 in 4 consumers said they plan to use those Black Friday deals instead of buying things like the TVs or clothes or anything like that. They want to use it for everyday essentials. So sales at grocery stores, toiletries, household basics, think of cleaning products or even toilet paper. That's where they're going to plow their money into this year.
Used to be a joke. What do you want in your stocking? You know, you're getting coal or you're getting socks. That's what I used to get for Hanukkah. I'd get a nice present day 1 of Hanukkah. And then days 2 through 8, it was socks, magic markers, like
magic marker. I mean, I get socks. You're going to wear them.
Well, as a kid, you know, magic marker, crayons. But yeah, Black Friday deals for groceries. That is that's a sobering thought. A sobering thought for sure. All right, 10:27 on the Mark Arum Show. That means news, weather, and traffic in 3. When we come back, chaos for air travelers nationwide with the government shutdown. Travel expert Peter Greenberg live with insight and advice next on the Mark Arum Show.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed right here on 95.5 WSB. Well, Chris, as you know, time just keeps on ticking. We're putting another year under our belt, so it seems like a really good time to take stock of our financial lives and put together that plan that's built to last.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com. Click on Portfolio X-Ray or click on Full Retirement Plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team. And we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
If you need a furnace, think of Reliable with unbeatable lifetime warranty and only $59.99 a month. It's getting cold out there. Don't be a turkey this Thanksgiving. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. Reliable Heating Air wants to keep you warm and feed you too with free Turkey Tuesday. Every Tuesday leading up to Thanksgiving, listen to my show for your chance to win a free Thanksgiving turkey courtesy of Reliable Heating and Air, the name Atlanta trusts when it's time to turn on the heat. Stay cozy, save energy, and keep your oven and your furnace cooking this holiday season. Visit ReliableAir.com to schedule your furnace check today.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 10:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by your Metro Atlanta Amco dealers. The government shutdown hitting the airlines hard, including Hartsfield-Jackson here in Atlanta. And it's going to get worse tomorrow after the FAA cut flight volume by 10% at many airports. Michael Wallace has more.
Air traffic controllers are about to miss a second full paycheck. Union President Nick Daniels.
They're not calling in sick. They're calling in saying, I don't have child care today. I can't pay for it. I can't pay for the gas, and I can't pay for my utilities.
Sean Horton is trying to fly out of Boston.
A little shaky, not gonna lie. I just hope I make it home.
Meredith Hubble is trying to get from Milwaukee to Phoenix for a funeral.
I got an automatic message that said that my flight had been delayed 5.5 hours.
One analyst predicts 1,800 flights will be canceled tomorrow.
Now, Delta is saying that they will allow additional flexibility to customers who are impacted to change, cancel, or get a refund on their flights without penalty. Southwest and United Airlines offering refunds to those impacted. Your weather for today, beautiful sunny skies, afternoon highs around 75, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing that she is not going to seek re-election. In an announcement online this morning, the 85-year-old says she's retiring from Congress after her current term.
Because of your trust, I was able to represent our city and our country around the world with patriotism and pride.
Her political career has spanned 4 decades. This just in, Dallas Cowboys say defensive end Marshawn Nealon has died. He played Monday against the Cardinals and scored the first touchdown in the game. He was just 24 years old. No word yet on a cause of death. There's a big recall from Peloton. The company's recalling 833,000 of its original Bike Plus model, every unit it ever sold, after receiving reports that the seat post broke and detach. They can break and detach during use. 2 people have been injured. The Consumer Product Safety Commission saying consumers should immediately stop using these bikes. Peloton is offering a free seat post that you can install at home. And a country star says that they've yanked the welcome mat when he walked into a high-end store in Australia.
I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner.
After he checked out the pricey clothing and leather goods, Jelly Roll stepped outside and posted to Instagram.
Hey, man, the Louis Vuitton in Sydney legitimately just treated us like we were finna come in here and rob that place.
The singer's made no secret of the years he spent in prison for robbery and drugs.
Listen, the last time I was looked at like a criminal this bad, I was an actual criminal this bad.
Jelly Roll's been performing in Australia on his Down Under 2025 tour.
And Deborah Rodriguez says so far, no comment from Louis Vuitton. Now let's take a look at the markets and see how your money's working for you. We're in the red this morning. The Dow's down almost 0.5%. NASDAQ right now is down more than 0.5%. And the S&P's down almost 0.5%. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Smile and Mark McKay joining us now with a look at the roads.
And a slow look at the downtown connector as it's rolling slow past a crash we have on the jam cam. It's just above I-20. Left shoulder hugging that HOV express lane, 75-85 northbound. That's why University Avenue is where you're slowing. Coming out of the western suburbs, leftover slow traffic, especially in the right lanes of I-20 eastbound, passing Six Flags over Georgia. No big hassles in the DeKalb I-20 work zone. So far smooth it is, leaving I-20 at Evans Mill Road. You will tap the brakes approaching Wesley Chapel before reaching I-285. Smile and Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Warm sunshine today, high 75. Not quite as chilly overnight with lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Daytime highs stay in the low to mid 70s for the rest of this week into Saturday. Our next chance of rain moves in late Friday night through Saturday morning.
62 degrees in Kennesaw, 65 in Lilburn, and 64 right now in Alpharetta. We'll have more news at 11 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
The news of the day through the eyes of Eric Von Hessler.
This might help, young man. This might cure what ails you.
If it's on your mind, it's on his.
I run a stupid little radio show. I don't care. Have fun.
Eric Von Hessler, today at 3.
Your friend, Eric Von Hessler, the Common Sense host.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
They're working longer hours. They're working more days. And that's some of the pressure that we're seeing on them, and we want to alleviate that pressure before it would become an issue.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, government shutting down, more pressure on the aviation industry. How does it impact us? Travel expert Peter Greenberg live in 2 minutes on The Mark Arum Show.
Do you have an unused vehicle sitting in your driveway? Imagine turning it into a new beginning. When you donate your car, truck, or van to Tommy Nobis Center, you're helping people with disabilities get the training and support they need to enter the workforce and build successful careers. Your vehicle donation fuels real change, giving people a chance to achieve independence and purpose. And it's easy. We'll handle everything from pickup to paperwork. Plus, it's tax deductible. Donate today at TommyNobisCenter.org. Make a difference, one vehicle at a time.
Does this sound like you, where every step or reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you're not able to do and how far you've drifted from the life you used to have when you didn't feel that pain? Good news for you, because relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? It's Mark Arum from my pals at QC Kinetics, where they tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to their heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. A great time to book your free consultation. So call QC Kinetics today. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. Locations in Decatur, Lawrenceville, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Stockbridge, and Douglasville.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Channel 2 Action News this morning is the best place to be for breaking news.
So much is happening, and we're on it. Our reporters are the first to know in your community, bringing you fresh information, the best video.
We know you depend on us. It's why we're everywhere, live, to prepare you for the day ahead.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
I was happy to hear the announcement. I think it's a great idea. They needed to do something, and it sounds like they're being proactive. The other part that makes it good is they had talked about, just like shutting airspace down, and that's just kind of scary.
That's Ken P., a pilot for a major airline, reacting to Transportation Sean Duffy's announcement that he will be reducing flight capacity by 10% at 40 major airports starting tomorrow morning, covering the aviation industry, an invaluable resource for us, travel expert Peter Greenberg. Peter, good morning. I hope your travels have been not too disrupted.
Well, Mark, in the last, 15 days, I've been on about 12 flights. Every one of them, except one, was either delayed by 45 minutes to 2 hours, and it's only going to get worse.
What do you think what the Transportation Secretary said yesterday about reducing flights at 40 major airports around the U.S.?
Well, he doesn't really have much of a choice if he's really focused on safety, because staffing issues at air traffic control centers indicate they don't have enough people to handle the flow. So when they're going to cut 10% of flights as of tomorrow, that means between 3,500 and 4,000 flights eliminated for the moment from the schedule. That's going to wreak havoc on connecting flights, flight attendants and other flight crews being able to align with particular aircraft and schedules that were already preordained. It's going to be a little messy.
So for folks like me that have a flight scheduled next week, I'm flying up to New York for my wife's birthday. Is there a chance that flight is one of the reductions in flights and I might have to cancel or try to rebook the trip?
Well, remember, when they talk about 40 different airports, they're not necessarily talking about a unilateral cut. they're looking at data based on time of day and based on peak time. So between 6 and 8 in the morning, 4 and 6 in the afternoon, that's your most likely time to have a flight cut, simply because there's so many flights in the air at that time. So you have to look at that, number one, and then look at the feeder airports. It's not just the major airports. It's not just Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, and places like that. It's also, Louisville. It's also Memphis. It's also, Milwaukee, because, again, it's how many planes can the system accommodate when you have these capacity issues caused by the staffing problems at HEC centers.
Peter, how much longer can this situation continue before we just have a collapse or, a total ground stop?
Well, right now, cutting 10% of flights is essentially a ground hold.
Okay.
You don't want to get through a ground stop because then the whole system shuts down completely. I don't think we're going to get there simply because of the economic impact and the financial consequences of such an action. And that speaks louder than anything. It's not a blue state issue or a red state issue. It's a money issue. And when you have that kind of impact with lost revenue and just loss in terms of investment, that's an incentive right there to get the government shutdown stopped as soon as possible.
I hypothesized yesterday on the show, Peter, that hypothetically Delta CEO Ed Bastian's on the phone right now to anyone he can get a hold of on Capitol Hill and be like, A, this has got to stop. B, you're killing our on-time performance with every flight being delayed. Please come to some sort of a solution. Am I wrong in thinking that the heads of the major airlines, the major carriers, are doing everything they can to pressure lawmakers right now?
They are, but the phone conversation is not going to be about on-time performance. It's going to be about quarterly financial results and how they're going to tank if this is allowed to continue.
Peter Greenberg joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. 14 of your last 15 flights, I think you said, were delayed. What about getting through security? That's been my biggest fear is, the shortages at TSA, the sick outs, the call outs. They're not getting paid. They're having to take other jobs to make ends meet. What's it been like going through security for Peter Greenberg recently?
Well, I was at one airport the other night, and 3 of the 4 TSA checkpoints were closed, which forced everybody to the 4th checkpoint with much longer lines, and that wasn't even during a peak time. So you're seeing across the board at a number of airports staffing issues as well with the TSA. So they're either closing off entire checkpoints or limiting the hours of operation for each checkpoint. And as you get closer and closer to Thanksgiving, which, by the way, is tracking 2% higher than last year in terms of passenger volume, we're getting to an inflection point.
Yeah, you mentioned Thanksgiving travel. AAA already projecting it's going to be a massive travel week for folks here in the United States. So whether it's TSA or eliminated flights and extra delays, for the listeners here in Atlanta that are planning on travel, what advice can you give to travelers now while the government is shut down and we're seeing these staffing shortages?
Well, the one piece of advice you may have heard before, but I'm going to add to it. People always say take the first flight of the day. I go one step beyond that. Even in Atlanta, where your airline that's dominating is Delta, try to fly an airline that's not based at your airport. Because what that means is that plane that was assigned to your flight presumably came in the night before. The crew stayed with that plane, and you have a reasonably good chance of being first out in the morning. That would be my advice.
So an off-brand, if you will, instead of Delta out of
Atlanta, sure. But I'd say the same advice in Chicago, the same advice in Dallas, in L.A. and in New York.
Interesting.
Because once you have a problem with flights leaving one airport, it just moves west, and it gets messy for everybody.
No, normally, I go 2 hours before my flight. Give me time to get through security. If security waits are bigger, is that offset by the fact that your flight's going to be delayed anyway? How early should folks get?
Well, you're trying to make a calculated risk there, and I don't suggest that.
Okay.
No, you want to get out there early enough. But the other thing you want to do is this. Get on an application like Flight Radar 24 or FlightAware.com or Flighty, because what those applications can do is actually track the aircraft itself that's assigned to your flight number. And then you'll know if that plane can't get in, then you're not getting out. And you have a heads up way ahead of everybody else.
What's the name of that site again?
Well, there are 3 sites.
Okay.
There's Flight Radar 24, there's FlightAware.com, and there's Flighty, Flighty. All 3 of those apps are very good at tracking the actual aircraft, the tail number of the plane that's assigned to be your flight. And that's where you're going to find out right away whether you're leaving on time or leaving at all.
Look at that. Great inside baseball there from Peter Greenberg. Peter, well, I got to ask you, I have to ask about what happened in Louisville, the UPS plane crash. 12 people dead right now. NTSB has recovered the 2 black boxes. From the videos you've seen, what do you think happened there?
Well, this is strangely reminiscent of the worst aviation disaster in American history that happened back on May 25th, 1979. I know that date well because I covered it. That was American Airlines Flight 191 in Chicago, which was a DC-10, the earlier version of the MD-11. And upon rolling down the runway in Chicago, upon takeoff, the left engine literally ripped off the wing. It flew off the wing, severing all the control cables. The plane could not be controlled. It became inverted, and everybody died. In this particular case, obviously they're still investigating it, but what we do know is before that plane ever basically rolled at V1 and took off, the left engine suffered a major catastrophic failure and started to disintegrate on the wing, fed by fuel, and the fire started there. So he had a problem because he didn't have enough thrust. These planes are designed to fly on 2 engines, but not to take off on 2 engines. It's a 3-engine plane. And he never got high enough to get enough altitude, and it also happened. In fact, when they investigated the runway, they found debris from that engine littering the runway, which proves the point. That engine was already deteriorating and failing before they ever left the ground.
Yeah, just absolutely horrific. Peter, last we spoke, you are on an atoll in the middle of the ocean. Where are you now? And hopefully, staffing shortages aside, where are you heading next?
Where I'm heading next, well, right now I've gone from the atoll in the middle of the French Polynesia to Dallas, Fort Worth, hoping to fly to New York tonight.
All right. Godspeed, my friend. Safe travels, Peter.
You got it, Mark.
All right, there you go. Peter Greenberg, invaluable asset and resource here on WSB Radio. I'm kind of freaking out, Deborah. I'm not going to hear my voice crack.
To New York, right?
Okay, I'm kind of freaking out here, Deborah. Peter's off the line, right? He can't hear me. I screwed up and booked the wrong hotel for Maya's birthday weekend. And so my parents are driving down from Connecticut, and I told them where to book the hotel. And my dad's like, all right, this one? I'm like, no, it's on this street. I booked the wrong hotel originally. And I booked it through Amex, which apparently uses Expedia. And they're like, you want to cancel, you got to pay it that first night. And
really?
Yes.
Even with your Amex?
Yes.
Wow.
I had no idea. They booked through Expedia. The lady on the phone was really nice. She helped me out, and I booked. But, Peter didn't hear that. Rookie mistake. I booked the wrong hotel room. All right, speaking of travel, I mentioned to Peter AAA's Thanksgiving forecast. AAA, the experts in travel, and they're saying, ooh, it's going to be a rough Thanksgiving, Deborah.
AAA predicting more than 31 million people going to travel through the airport. So it's a lot of TSA trying to check it with not all of TSA agents there. And like Peter said, not all the gates are open. So it could be the busiest Thanksgiving ever. And they're expecting it to kick off on Sunday, November 30th, all the way through Monday, December 1st.
If the government remains shut down, and God forbid it's still shut down through Thanksgiving, I would imagine, like the Longoria family, hypothetically, this I don't know what his Thanksgiving. Let's just say they were going to fly to New Orleans for Thanksgiving to spend time with Longoria's half brother. This is all fictional, by the way.
Yeah, I don't have a half brother.
With the uncertainty in the airlines, Longoria might be, you know what? We're just driving.
Yep.
So we're going to see extra pressure on the roads during Thanksgiving as folks are like, we're not going to risk the flight. Let's just pack in the family truckster and drive to Nolans to spend Thanksgiving with Longoria's fictional half-brother. Speaking of driving, hopefully no severe delays right now. Back live to Atlanta's only 24-hour traffic center. Smile, Mark McKay.
We have been working on some of the west side perimeter, Mark. It's been on and off pacing, having to do with road work at the I-20 interchange where 285 meets I-20 on the west side. So stop and go, leaving South Cobb Drive, trying to get past Hollowell Parkway. Construction out west as you leave Villa Rica. Right lanes knocked out on I-20 westbound past Highway 113, exit 19. And construction delays in DeKalb County are minimal minimal on I-20 into the work zone. Pretty tough, though, along Sugarloaf Parkway out of Lawrenceville with construction going on all throughout the day. Avoid the intersection of Highway 29. It's a mess there. Smiler, Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
You can count on it,
You can try and plan for it.
but sometimes it gets the best of you.
Stalled Big Rig 285 southbound the outer loop at 166.
When it stops you from getting where you need to be.
Atlanta's most trusted traffic team gets you there.
You slow just east of Georgia 400.
Atlanta's most up-to-date traffic reports from local and trustworthy people.
Every time you listen. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Palmetto bugs, water bugs, smoky browns, German roaches. Well, a roach is a roach by any name, and you want them gone. Mark Aram here for Breda Pest Management. They protect your home inside and out. It's the roaches inside you want gone, so let Breda in and keep those vile, nasty, crunchy roaches out. So gross. BredaPest.com. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Hi, I'm Dale with TrustDale.com. For over a decade, I've trusted America's Best Choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with their 3-way warranty, including my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
That's right, Dale. America's Best Choice offers highest quality, energy-efficient windows and special pricing on custom decks. We also offer beautiful siding, doors, and now roofing, all with no pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwind.com for your free in-home estimate. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, USDA Choice boneless beef strip steaks are only $7.99 a pound in the family pack with your digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Whether it's a slip that ends in a slip disc, a trick knee that's holding you back, or shoulder pain hurting your game, you can count on Northside Hospital Orthopedics. With leading care in Georgia at convenient locations all across the state, we're here to get you back on your feet, no matter what comes your way. Because Georgia moves us, and we keep Georgia moving. Find a provider near you at northside.com/ortho. That's northside.com/ORTHO.
You know, every year there's that one house on the street that looks amazing. Well, this year it is mine. I'm Chris Chandler. Wise Guys Pro Wash keeps my home clean. Now they make it shine this holiday season. They install lights along my roof line so cleanly that even in daylight you barely notice them. Till I'm ready to plug them in, the whole house lights up then. Wise Guys Lights handles everything. Install, maintenance, and takedown. And right now, first-time customers who mention me, Chris Chandler, save $150 when installed. Spots are filling fast. Don't wait. Book now at wiseguyslights.com.
Seems like everywhere I go, I have dudes coming up to me asking me about advanced hair and what makes them different. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. What makes them different? Well, they combine science and technology to give you back your own natural growing hair. Not a pill or a lotion subscription that helps keep what you have. Instead, Advanced Hair offers the proven guaranteed solution that regrows your hair where it's currently gone. You have a bald spot? Taken care of. Receding hairline? Taken care of. Quick, simple, one-day treatment, and your real hair begins to regrow the very next day, and it's even guaranteed to grow for life. Fellas, if you want your hair back, now's the time, and Advanced Hair is the place. Takes just one visit, but first, you need a free consultation. Schedule now, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com, And if you move forward, you get $250 off plus 250 free grafts. One-day treatment, life-changing results, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the costs of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs. Whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited, the point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
You know what I am. And you know that I believe it. It's standing up for what I think is right.
Happy 79th birthday to Forrest Gump's mom. Sally Field turned 79 years old today. Smokey and the Bandit, obviously, one of her most notable roles. You know, Deborah, she had an on-again, off-again relationship with Burt Reynolds. Did you know who she was married to, her first husband?
Oh, no, I don't.
Steve Craig. Not that Steve Craig, but that was her first husband. I love Sally Field. Phenomenal. I just assumed she was Southern because she had so many Southern roles.
Yeah, like Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
She's from Pasadena, California. Anyway.
Great actress.
She is amazing. Wasn't she a nun? The Flying Nun?
The Flying Nun,
Yeah.
Gidget, all that stuff.
Yeah, I love Sally Field. I don't think we've ever had her on the show. She's fantastic. All right, I just looked up and saw Marjorie Taylor Greene live on CNN. Wolf Blitzer interviewing the Georgia Congresswoman.
When we spoke the other day last month, it was relatively recently, you acknowledged that the cost of living here in the United States is still high under President Trump. Is that a major reason why Republicans, you believe, lost the elections the other day?
It's a massive reason, and I think they were surprised by it. But it's been something I've been talking about for quite some time, and that's the most important thing people care about: the ability to put food on the table, a roof over their heads, and also their safety and security for their financial future.
Speaker Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader Thune, and Vice President J.D. Vance, they all downplayed the election results, disputing that this is a broader wake-up call for your party. Are they wrong?
I don't think they should downplay it. I'm from Georgia, and we lost two very important public service commission seats that were statewide races in the state of Georgia. I think that should be a big wake-up call to my home state. We've got the entire slate coming up in 2026 with Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, and John Ossoff's Senate seat is up for election. So I think it's a major wake-up call, as well as other down-ballot races in like Pennsylvania and Mississippi.
All right,
You've
Marjorie,
been really clear.
Sorry, Marjorie Taylor Greene, moments ago on CNN, she gave them like a 15 to 20-minute interview. Vinny's got the audio. He's going to try to break it down, see what else the Georgia Congresswoman said. The fact that she's on CNN, she was on The View. Like, it's a political rebirth for Marjorie Taylor Greene. And it all started back with the Epstein files. She was one of the Republican congresspeople that signed on to get the Epstein files released. And wow, interesting stuff. So Vinny's going to work on getting some audio from that Marjorie Taylor Greene interview. We'll play that next half hour. Coming up, though, animal lovers, I'm going to need your help on this story. We're going to talk to a DeKalb woman, owns a dog, had the dog outside of her house, fenced in yard. Someone shot and killed her pooch. And nothing's being done about it. Can you imagine? Someone shoots your dog and nothing's being done about it. We're going to talk to her, get the whole story. Social media is up and active at Mark Arum, MarkArum. Watch the show live on WSBRadio.com or YouTube.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's time to renovate your home and you've got designs in your head, but will they pass code? Hire Sketchhouse Architects before you call a builder to make sure your design is up to code and zoning compliant. Hi, I'm Richard Taylor, architect at Sketchhouse. We're going to make this easy to get your ideas on paper, and Sketchhouse will connect you with multiple builders to bid on your job through the Sketchhouse Builders Network. You're going to save thousands of dollars with Sketchhouse Architects. We're going to make this easy for you. Go to sketchhouse.com. That's sketch, H-A-U-S, sketchhouse.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today. 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by the Next Generation Xfinity 10G network. 4 people injured after a police chase ends in a multi-car wreck in DeKalb County.
It starts on Redan Road near South Indian Creek Road, where state troopers spot a stolen Kia pulling out of a gas station. Troopers try to pull that vehicle over, but it speeds off, eventually crossing into oncoming traffic and hitting a Nissan head-on. 3 other cars and a police cruiser were also caught up in that wreck. One person in the Nissan and the suspect in the Kia were both trapped in their vehicles and had to be pulled to safety. Police also reportedly find a stolen gun on the suspect. The 2 people in the Nissan were taken to Grady Hospital with serious injuries. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
In Austin, that suspect facing a list of charges, including serious injury by vehicle. All right, your weather for today. It's going to be beautiful. Hope you get a chance to get out and enjoy it. Sunny skies and warm. Highs around 75, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. We have an update on that UPS plane crash in Kentucky. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg at a news conference this morning said the search for victims is continuing in layers of debris at the crash site. But he hopes the death toll will not increase beyond what it is now.
As of right now, 12 individuals have been located who have died in the crash. Their bodies have been removed from the scene by the coroner, and they are currently working on identifying each of those 12 victims.
And we are told that one of the victims is a child. Atlanta-based Delta Airlines says that it will reduce flights beginning tomorrow to account for a directive from the FAA caused by this ongoing government shutdown. Delta saying that the vast majority of flights will operate as scheduled. The airline's also allowing customers to change, cancel, or refund their flights without penalty during the impacted period. Other airlines, including Southwest and United, are offering similar adjustments. Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland has died. We get more now from correspondent Michael Wallace.
The team says the 24-year-old died overnight, but did not say how. Kneeland was Dallas's second-round draft pick out of Western Michigan in 2024. Monday night against the Arizona Cardinals, he recovered a blocked punt in the end zone.
Kneeland, the touchdown!
He had recorded 15 tackles and a sack this season. The Cowboys say their thoughts and prayers are with Kneeland's girlfriend and family.
Now the Cowboys are on their bye week. Their next practice is scheduled for Monday. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi confirming today that her current term as a California Congresswoman will be her last in public office. Correspondent Caitlin Huey Burns has more.
2 years
years ago, she took a step back from leadership, and she was kind of recognizing what she was seeing in the party, which was a call for new leadership. And you remember, she was very influential in the decision to try to get Joe Biden to step aside.
Now, the 85-year-old longtime Democrat and first woman House Speaker announced her decision in a video this morning. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P are all in the red. The Dow's down almost a full percent. NASDAQ's down more than 1.5%, and the S&P's down almost a full percent here at 11:03. That means it's time to say good morning to Alex Williams. Hi there. How are we doing on the roads?
Hey, good morning, Sabrina. Really not too bad out there right now, but we are seeing a few brake lights in the Midtown, 75-85 southbound from 17th Street as you head down past Georgia Tech. Northbound crash off to the right just north of I-20, a little slow from there up toward Freedom Parkway. And you got the paving once again in Gwinnett County, Lawrenceville Highway at Sugarloaf Parkway, getting through that intersection. Sugarloaf Parkway eastbound pretty slow, as well as Lawrenceville Highway both ways, trying to make it over or past Sugarloaf. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Warm sunshine today, high 75. Not quite as chilly for tonight. Lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, but still dry through the afternoon. Highs in the low 70s. Rain showers for early Saturday morning. Drying out Saturday afternoon. Still cloudy. Highs in the mid 70s.
66 degrees right now in Douglasville. Johns Creek, you have 65, and it is 67 degrees with sunny skies in East Point. We'll have more news at 11:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
I'll run this town to be near you.
11:04 on this pretty busy news day Thursday. Welcome back, friends. Mark Arum and crew with you till noon. Coming up in 30 minutes, we're going to talk visas with an expert from Bloomberg News. Deborah's going to give away tickets to see Sting at Chastain Park. Day 37 of the government shutdown. Nancy Pelosi announces her retirement after nearly 40 years in Congress. So many big stories, both locally and nationally throughout the day. Updates here on 95.5 WSB. I do want to talk about a local story that shocked and amazed me, Deborah. You were in studio with me yesterday, Deborah. One of our coworkers came in and told us about this story, knowing that I am such a dog lover, such an animal lover. A story that happened locally in DeKalb County, and I'm shocked about what happened. Joining us live on the show, this is the person it happened to, Angelique Arach, joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. Angelique, good morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Hello, good morning.
I'm stunned for you, and first of all, condolences on the loss of your beloved dog. Take us back to Tuesday morning. Just what is this? Yesterday? Is this what happened? Yesterday morning? Yesterday evening?
Yeah. So Tuesday morning, and thank you guys for taking this call. So Tuesday morning around like 7:30, we walked out. We were getting ready to leave for work, and my kids, we were taking them to school. And when we walked out, my oldest son seen our dog in the yard, and when I went to check on him, I'd seen a gunshot like on the side of his face.
And lifeless, like he was gone.
Yes, yeah, he was gone.
And this happened. Don't give your address, but this happened in DeKalb County. So obviously, you keep. What was your dog's name, by the way?
His name was Tiny.
Tiny, and not a big, ferocious dog, right?
Yeah, that was why we named him Tiny.
Tiny.
He's very small, not even 30 pounds.
So you had him in the front yard, fenced in,
Mm-hmm.
I might add. You come out and taking your kids to school, and Tiny is shot dead in your front yard. First of all, what how do you react, and what do you say to your kids when you find your beloved pet gone?
I had no words. I just kind of screamed and, had told them to go inside. So like I was telling your coworker, so what happened is that in the area, it's the Gresham Park area. So I will tell the area so that they're aware. There's constant gunfire here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of the night, Monday night, I believe that's when this happened. There was one gunshot that I heard And I, let the police know about this. And when I waited a few minutes to look out the window, I noticed someone in front of our yard. And then I don't know if they seen me or something, but they kind of crossed the street and then started walking away. And I gave them the description of the person as well. But
yeah, so let me jump in for a second.
He came back, he was just walking back and forth.
Just in front of your house on your neighborhood. So you after you discover Tiny's dead, you tell your kids to go inside. You call DeKalb County Police to report this horrific shooting. And what happened next?
So DeKalb didn't come out immediately, and that's often actually when things happen. But so animal control was the first on site. They came about 30 minutes later. And DeKalb didn't come until the animal control officer called them to see why they weren't there yet, because we found the gun shell on the sidewalk.
Oh,
and
okay.
She's seen, the animal control went in my yard, investigated the scene, checked the dog, and found the gun, the wound, So she confirmed that it was a shot, and then she went to her car and called the cab and was, kept calling until they showed up, which was 2 hours after I called originally.
Unbelievable. Angelique Arocha joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. Her dog Tiny flat out murdered in her front yard. DeKalb Police gets there, and the first question I would have asked is, do you have beef with your neighbors? Has one of your neighbors said, "Oh, I don't like Tiny" or anything like that?
No.
What were some of the questions, if any questions, that you were asked by the police?
No, honestly, the cop showed up. He pulled up, on the other side of the road, went directly to animal control, started speaking to her about what happened. He did not really want to talk, it seemed to me. I went up to him and started talking to him. His direct questions were directed to the animal control person. And then she let him know that our neighbor heard the shot as well around the same time that I did. And so my neighbor, made a report as well. And she told him, the officer asked her, so the neighbor heard a shot, but the people who live here didn't. And then that's when I walked up to him and I'm like, no, I did hear the shot. That's why that I called you guys, I'm the one who reported. I'm the one who's calling you to come here. And he was didn't ask me anything after that. He just asked me okay, so you seen a guy in the description that I gave them over the 911 call, and that was all he asked. And then he didn't ask anything about beef with me. He didn't ask anything at all, honestly. His questions were more directed to the animal control.
Did he ask?
Person,
and I want to ask, and hopefully he asked if you had a Ring doorbell camera or any sort of security camera that might have captured the perpetrator.
Yeah, that was one question that he mentioned. He said, "Did you get this on camera?" I said, "No." Unfortunately, where it happened, it was a blind spot for our cameras and for my neighbor's camera.
Okay. So because that would have been the next follow-up, maybe your neighbor's camera. But even that area of Gresham Park, I'm sure there are cameras by the city and the state that might have captured someone walking along your block. It's 2025. Those video feeds help.
I don't know if we in our neighborhood if we have any of that type of security. I haven't noticed it. I know that all of our neighbors, most of them have, Ring cameras or cameras in their property. But as far as our county or our little area where we live, I've never noticed any close by my house.
So we reached out, the news team reached out to DeKalb Police. They responded, confirming what you said, told us what happened. They said anyone with information can send an anonymous tip through the DeKalb free PD Tip 411 app or by texting DKPD to 847-411, followed by the tip. What troubles me is we know historically that people are cruel to animals and violent to animals. often graduate to being cruel to people.
Yeah.
So this is a person that would shoot poor Tiny for no apparent reason. That's a danger to the community.
Yeah, and that's what I was stressing to the officer, and he honestly, he said that he's doing what he can, but I did not feel like he cared much because it was an animal. And also the person that I noticed outside was around the time that this was going on, and they had a white hoodie on, they had a black backpack on, and they had a gun on them. So that does not seem like someone just walking down the street, That seemed like someone who was walking to do something that they should not be doing. And I even mentioned to him, like, I have kids, like, now I don't feel safe that my kids can even go outside because I don't know who this person is. And you guys aren't going to do anything. You told me yourself that your investigator said they were not going to pursue it. So now we just have like a crazy person walking down our street with a gun in their pocket.
And you have kids, and you have children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I have
Angelique,
children.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to highlight this story. I'm so sorry for your loss. Your children must be beside themselves. Let's see if we can find some helpful tips to help DeKalb police catch the perpetrator that killed your beloved Tiny.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Angelique. Hang on. Vinny's going to get some more information. It's just, I can't even imagine if I walked out and Sobo was shot dead and there's nothing that can be done. The police say nothing can be done. That's awful. And a person that will shoot a small dog for no reason is a person that will act violently. The statistics show on humans eventually. So thank you so much, Angelique. We'll continue to follow that story. Want to update the big Supreme Court arguments yesterday. Joining us from ABC News, Stephen Portnoy. The Trump tariffs oral arguments heard before the Supreme Court. Any big takeaways from what we heard from the justices or the lawyers yesterday?
Yeah, look, I think a lot of observers came away from yesterday's argument, which ran nearly 3 hours, with the sense that the conservative justices, the most of them at least, expressed some skepticism of this idea that the president was given this power by Congress in 1977 to impose tariffs at times of emergencies whenever he decides, at any rate he decides, when the Constitution says that the power to lay taxes, duties, imposts, excises is a power of Congress. And the administration's lawyer was asked a number of really sharp questions by some conservative justices, namely Neil Gorsuch, Amy Coney Barrett, and the Chief Justice John Roberts. Now, Samuel Alito, Brett Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas, those are conservative justices who are expected at this point to uphold the tariff. It's too early to really know. I mean, all you can do as you hear a justice asking a question is kind of sort of try to get a sense of where their head is. But it's not until they put the pen to paper and release their opinion that we really know. But over the course of the argument, I got the sense that a majority of the justices were skeptical. Now, how far they go is it's hard to discern because it's a very technical thing. Over 3 hours of argument, you can have a lot of different legalistic ways to attack this kind of thing. And it may be that the conservative majority seeks to find some way in the law to allow the tariffs to stand. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that was my first inclination, even before the arguments. I'm like, well, what's exactly going to happen? I don't think we're going to get a black and white decision. Is that it for arguments, or will we hear more arguments? And what's the timeline now moving forward?
Well, that is it for the argument. What we don't know is how soon the court will make its decision. The court's term begins the first Monday of October, so we're really only a month into it. Often, the court reserves some of its most highly anticipated opinions for the end of the term, which ends in June. I don't think the court is going to make us wait that long for this. They hastily arranged this argument, expedited the briefing schedule, put it on the calendar relatively early in the term. Those are all signals to me that the court is going to release this opinion probably sometime in the middle of the term. Maybe in January. We'll see.
In the meantime, the tariffs, until the court makes the decision, the tariffs stand. Stephen, I'm told Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was in attendance for the court's oral arguments. Any reaction from him on what he saw and heard?
Yeah, I mean, he came out feeling very positive about it, which is why I think, a lot of the top-line takeaway that, the justices were skeptical is one way to look at it, and Bessent has another way, which is that he saw a lot of conversation over the course of the argument about other ways the president might be able to impose these tariffs under that 1977 law, and he liked what he heard from Brett Kavanaugh, the Trump-appointed justice, who made mention of the fact that in 1971, Richard Nixon imposed tariffs under what was then called the Trading with the Enemy Act, which was ultimately supplanted by this IEEPA law that President Trump has invoked. And because of that example in the early 1970s with President Nixon, that was challenged, didn't make it all the way to the Supreme Court, but the appeals court said that President Nixon did not violate the Constitution. Because of that example, Kavanaugh says, well, it seemed to me, he was saying, that this could stand too. That gives Secretary Bessent some hope. We'll see. I think, look, you also have to look at the fact that Justice Amy Coney Barrett, another Trump appointee, asked questions such as this. Why are we applying tariffs on imports from Spain and France? What emergency exists there?
Oh, interesting.
What's so extraordinary and unique and urgent with respect to our trading with our allies that it's an emergency? And that gets at the idea, well, you can't second-guess the president because he has his way of thinking about what's an emergency, and the justices shouldn't be putting their own judgments in place of his. All right. Well, what about the fact that the word tariff isn't even in the law? It's not. There's a reference to regulation of imports. Well, how do you regulate an import? Well, the president's lawyer argues that the one way to do it is to tariff them, apply a tax. Yes, but isn't the taxing power doesn't that belong to Congress? Well, yes, but Congress delegated it. Can Congress delegate its core powers to the president? That's where Neil Gorsuch said, what if Congress decided that it was going to completely turn over its power to declare war to a president? Could Congress do that? Should Congress be able to do that? And that's where you really get into these theoretical areas that ultimately the court will answer.
Hopefully, the Supremes won't make us wait till June. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News. Great stuff as always, Stephen. Thank you.
You bet.
Big story there. Coverage throughout the day on 95.5 WSB. Could be a wait, though, before we hear from the Supreme Court on the tariffs, the international tariffs from the Trump administration. Getting some delays now on the south side, heading up Union City way. Checking the latest. Let's say hello and good morning to Alex Williams.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Yeah, it's that rolling construction out in force again. They're in two left lanes, 85 southbound, leaving 285 down toward Flat Shoals Road, exit 66 in Union City. Go ahead and think about using Highway 29 because it's going to get worse as we head into the lunch hour. Elsewhere, found some right lane construction in Stockbridge, I-75 northbound before I-675. Some brake lights there. Southbound still seeing some volume, leaving Mount Zion Boulevard, exit 231 down to Hudson Bridge. Traffic brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Learn more about their support of common threads and nutrition education at anthem.com/dream. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Blue Cross Blue Shield Healthcare Plan of Georgia, Inc. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
The news of the day through the eyes of Eric Von Hessler.
The way you should live your life is look at the way they're doing it at D.C. and then just run.
If it's on your mind, it's on his.
Other people are getting away with it, so you should get away with it.
Eric Von Hessler, today at 3.
Well, your best day ever would have been a Tuesday. Who knows?
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Been wanting a new deck for your home, something that's built just the way you want it? But you're scared to pull the trigger? I can help you with that. Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. Right now, Ben Hill Renovations are offering special financing. No interest if you pay in full within the 18 months promo period. You're welcome. Visit bhrenovations.com today and schedule a free design consultation at your home. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, every week on the show, we offer folks something we call the Portfolio X-Ray. I was hoping you could walk us through that process and tell us why the information it uncovers is so powerful.
Yeah, so the reason we love doing the Portfolio X-Ray for you is we do that behind the scenes. Everybody's extremely busy. Nobody wants to waste time in traffic. If you call in, we will ask you for some information via the phone. Once you've given us that information, we go to work and we put all the hours in developing the report. And I commit this to you. The Portfolio X-Ray is eye-opening. At least 90+% of the time, we can find 2 or 3 golden nuggets in there that you were not aware of that we can either change in your current portfolio mix for you. It's called a 401k optimizer. Or if we manage the assets for you, we certainly can recommend how to diversify away from some of the troubling points that are exposed during the Portfolio X-Ray. Once we've got that, then we'll have you in for your initial consultation. we will present the portfolio x-ray to you and walk you through the high points of it. And that's a document that you get to take with you. It's like getting a financial physical. So how many of you avoided going to the doctor for the annual physical last year? You do the same thing with your financial life. You ignore it. You keep pumping money into your 401k. You hope that it's going well, and I can tell you that hope is not a good investment or financial planning strategy. You need to know. So if you want to know, call us.
The Portfolio X-ray is complimentary. Give Hoffman Financial Group a call to schedule yours today. 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
It's November, and I'm counting my blessings, my family, my friends, and my Aero Exterminators team member, Ken. While I'm making my Thanksgiving guest list, I know that Ken, my Aero team member, has protected my home from all those unwanted guests. Aero's been family-owned for over 61 years, and with 100% customer satisfaction guarantee and environmentally friendly solutions. Call for your free pest inspection. Call 888-GO-AERO or visit aeroexterminators.com and tell them Belinda sent you.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Seems like everywhere I go, I have dudes coming up to me asking me about advanced hair and what makes them different. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. What makes them different? Well, they combine science and technology to give you back your own natural growing hair. Not a pill or a lotion subscription that helps keep what you have. Instead, Advanced Hair offers the proven guaranteed solution that regrows your hair where it's currently gone. You have a bald spot? Taken care of. Receding hairline? Taken care of. Quick, simple one-day treatment, and your real hair begins to regrow the very next day, and it's even guaranteed to grow for life. Fellas, if you want your hair back, now's the time, and Advanced Hair is the place. Takes just one visit, but first, you need a free consultation. Schedule now, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. And if you move forward, you get $250 off plus 250 free grafts. One-day treatment, life-changing results, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow.
I return to the White House more determined and more inspired than ever about the work there is to do and the future that lies ahead.
Wow, it's been 13 years already. President Obama, 13 years ago today, reelected to a second term, defeating Republican Mitt Romney. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Speaking about presidential ambitions, Vinny just pulled this clip from Marjorie Taylor Greene interview on CNN last half hour.
So everyone's asking me that, and I think it's because Washington has never seen someone come in with pure intentions. I'm literally one of those disenfranchised, forgotten Americans that feels like the government has failed them, and I just so happened to get elected to Congress. So I didn't come in here with some sort of career or desire to just continue climbing the ladder. All I really want to do is do the job that I'm doing right now, and I'm trying very hard to do it, but we can't even go to work. So it's pretty hard to do it.
She's saying the right things, but as I mentioned to political analyst Stephen Lawson yesterday, it seems like Marjorie Taylor Greene set up a run for a larger office than just her congressional district. Good job pulling that audio, Vinny. All right, Sabrina's got news, weather, and traffic in 3. When we come back, Deborah's got tickets to see Sting, and we're going to go in-depth on visas. Are folks really going to pay $100,000 to work in the U.S.? Bloomberg News live next on the Mark Arum Show.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Does this sound like you, where every step or reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you're not able to do, and how far you've drifted from the life you used to have when you didn't feel that pain? Good news for you, because relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? It's Mark Aaron from my pals at QC Kinetics, where they tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to their heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. A great time to book your free consultation. So call QC Kinetics today. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. Locations in Decatur, Lawrenceville, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Stockbridge, and Douglasville.
Whether it's a walk-in closet, master closet, or pantry, unlock the true potential of your storage areas in time for the holidays. Schedule your free design consultation today at artisancustomclosets.com and reward yourself with affordable luxury this holiday season.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Channel 2 Extra News this morning is the best place to be for breaking news.
So much is happening, and we're on it. Our reporters are the first to know in your community, bringing you fresh information, the best video.
We know you depend on us. It's why we're everywhere live to prepare you for the day ahead.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Channel 2 Extra News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Main Street Auto. Update this half hour on the government shutdown, and it is now starting to impact even more people. House Speaker Mike Johnson talking to reporters this morning. He called on Democrats to step up and end the shutdown.
Republicans feel very helpless about the situation because, as we've noted, there is really nothing for us to negotiate.
Now, airlines are scrambling. Passengers a little panicked as the FAA has ordered 10% of flights to be cut at 40 major airports, including here in Atlanta. Jim Ryan says the shutdown at the heart of it all.
4477, turn right heading 10.
The nation's aviation infrastructure relies on controllers being in their chairs in airport control towers and other FAA facilities. The controllers rely on their paychecks, and 6 weeks into the government shutdown,
people are starting to get demoralized.
Air traffic controller Jack Chris is driving DoorDash to make ends meet. And among his coworkers,
we don't see an end in sight.
Now, anybody who's flying, you should know this. Delta saying that they will allow additional flexibility to customers who are impacted to change, cancel, or get a refund on their flights without penalty. Southwest United Airlines offering refunds to those impacted. Sunny skies today and warm. Afternoon high 75, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. And things change come next week. Going to get really cold. FAA records show that the UPS plane that crashed and killed at least a dozen people in Louisville, Kentucky recently spent time in a maintenance facility. Maintenance records showing a crack in the jet's fuel tank needed a permanent repair. It was grounded in San Antonio from September 3rd until October 18th. That jet crashed on Tuesday while taking off from Louisville, causing a massive explosion. The National Transportation Safety Board saying ground video appears to show the left engine detaching from the wing just before the plane went down. This just in this morning, Dallas Cowboys say defensive end Marshawn Nealon has died. He played Monday against the Cardinals and scored the first touchdown of the game. He was just 24 years old, no word on a cause of death. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing today she's not going to seek re-election. In an announcement this morning, the 85-year-old Pelosi said she's retiring from Congress after her current term.
Because of your trust, I was able to represent our city and our country around the world with patriotism and pride.
And her political career has spanned 4 decades. A new study suggests radiation may not be necessary for breast cancer patients. The study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed 1,600 women for almost 10 years. They had early stage 2 breast cancer. Researchers found that radiation in the chest wall made no difference in survival rates among those who were also treated with surgery or advanced anti-cancer drugs. Patients who had radiation and those who did not both had survival rates of just over 81%. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is down 453 at 46,857. So the Dow's down almost a full percent. NASDAQ's down more than 1.5%, and the S&P's down a full percent. It is time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, Sabrina. Jammed up on the south side, 75 southbound. Still seeing some tough delays as you leave a Stockbridge or make your way through Stockbridge out of Morrow from Mount Zion Boulevard down past Hudson Bridge. Northbound also slow with right lane construction. 75 northbound before 675. And you got that rolling road work heading toward Union City, I-85 southbound. Between 285 and Flat Shoals, they're in 2 left lanes. Already seeing the delays spilling back onto 285. Use Highway 29. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Warm sunshine today, high 75. Not quite as chilly overnight with lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Daytime highs stay in the low to mid 70s for the rest of this week into Saturday. Our next chance of rain moves in late Friday night through Saturday morning.
It is 68 degrees in Brazelton. Decatur has 69, and it is 68 with sunny skies in Sandy Springs. We'll have more news at noon. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Get the WSB radio app.
This story is breaking right now.
Get notifications from your source for news.
If you have the WSB radio app, then you saw the breaking news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Don't miss a thing with the WSB app.
Download it from the App Store today.
Is this going to have an economic impact? And the answer is sure. It absolutely will. It doesn't
That's
take
Jim
much.
Higgins, professor of aviation, talking about day 37 of the government shutdown. When we come back, the impact of the H-1B visas here in Metro Atlanta. And Deborah's got tickets to give away to see Sting. All coming up next on The Mark Arum Show.
Hey, Rufus, who's a good boy? You know, your roof protects everything, Rufus, and everything you love in your home. And Finley Roofing takes that responsibility seriously. Our veterans protect our freedom, our lives, and all the roofs in our country. Dave Baker here for Finley Roofing, the roof guys. You know, Veterans Day is November 11th, Rufus, and Finley Roofing wants to thank our local veterans with a special $1,500 discount on roof replacement. Wait, what's that, boy? Rufus says these are the only vets he likes, so he's begging you to go to the Finley Roofing Facebook page, nominate your favorite veteran, and they could win a prize package with Eric Church concert tickets, cool swag, roofing discounts, and more. That a boy. Veterans protect us, and Finley Roofing wants to protect veterans. Hurry, the $1,500 roof replacement discount ends November 11th, and 0% financing is available. Schedule your free roof analysis today at finleyroofing.com.
Whether it's a slip that ends in a slip disc, a trick knee that's holding you back, or shoulder pain hurting your game, you can count on Northside Hospital Orthopedics. With leading care in Georgia at convenient locations all across the state, we're here to get you back on your feet, no matter what comes your way. Because Georgia moves us, and we keep Georgia moving. Find a provider near you at northside.com/ortho. That's northside.com/ORTHO.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
He packed in the animals 2 by 2, ox, a camel, and a kangaroo.
11:37 on the Mark Arum Show, hitting our top stories in just a second. But day 37 of the government shutdown means the 37th caller to 404-872-0750 wins what, Deborah?
Tickets to go see Sting at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain on May 15th.
37th caller to Vinny Drip at 404-872-0750. 404-872-0750 wins a pair of tickets to see Sting, Chastain, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show and WSB Radio. All right, covering a story that impacts a lot of businesses here in Metro Atlanta. A ton of workers here in some of the major tech industries specifically are on these special H-1B visas. New headline today from Bloomberg News. Joining us live on the show, Francesca Maglione. Or do I go Francesca Maglione? Which do you prefer, Francesca?
Francesca Maglione.
All right, very good. So the headline, this is not good news for those H-1B visa hopefuls. They're being shut out of jobs by recruiters. I'm assuming it's the $100K price tag?
Yeah, and more than the $100K price tag, what we've been hearing from college counselors and career counselors, they've been saying that companies are nervous just because of the uncertainty. You know, the Trump administration clarified that the H-1B fee would only apply to those coming from outside of the U.S., but it's still, companies are not willing to take on that risk of, you know, any day a new fee being added or other restrictions to their potential employees.
How many possible workers is this impacting then possibly if the recruiters are like, we don't even want to deal with you if you've got that visa?
Well, right now there's more than 1 million international students in the U.S. And usually how that trajectory goes is that these students come, they study in the U.S., and then they apply to work at companies that sponsor. But now less and less companies are willing to take on that risk. So that could impact that whole pipeline and eventually even mean that less students would want to come to the U.S. in the first place.
Going to play devil's advocate here for a second, Francesca. I'm sure there are some that are saying, well, good, let's give these jobs to American students that are graduating instead. Is that an easy one-for-one swap or 1.1 million swap for swap?
No, it isn't. You know, this is also partly because the job market is cooling down, and these tech companies that were hiring like crazy in 2021 and 2022 are not hiring as much as they used to. But this visa program was created in the first place because these tech companies couldn't fill all the spots that they wanted to originally. So it isn't a one-to-one exchange. But that's definitely an argument that's been going around.
Yeah, sure. I think you just answered my next question. What industries will be most impacted by the $100,000 price tag on this H-1B? Tech, are there any other big industries that will feel the impact of this?
Yeah, tech, healthcare, even education. A lot of professors are also on H-1B visas, and a lot of people are considering, you know, if it's going to be such a hassle to even get this visa in the first place and feel some sort of stability in the U.S., they might be considering other markets.
We've seen tech, the heads of these big tech companies, Zuckerberg and Musk, et cetera, you know, kind of cozy up to President Trump, donating to his inauguration and the ballroom. Could they actually get inside the president's ear and say, hey, listen, this is going to hurt our businesses. Can you maybe pump the brakes on these restrictions on the H-1B visas?
Well, I don't know how much they can influence Trump, but this is one thing that really divides that tech space with the Republicans. These tech workers are necessary for the innovation that's happening, especially with AI and all of that. And people like Musk are very big proponents of the H-1B program. The CEO of NVIDIA said that he would pay the $100,000 fee, but not everyone can afford that, of course.
Final question for you, Francesca. What countries specifically, do we have a breakdown of where most of these foreign students are coming from?
India is the largest country by a lot in terms of receiving these visas, and they already have a big backlog in terms of these H-1B holders eventually getting green cards and all of that. And China is a close second when it comes to the biggest receivers of these visas.
Yeah, really important story. Impacts a lot of folks here in Metro Atlanta. Francesca Maglione from Bloomberg News. Francesca, great article. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
There you go. Break it down to the numbers, Deborah. So 1.1 million international students right now. They come to schools in the U.S. Emory's got a big foreign population, I know, Georgia Tech. 283,000 of those H-1B visa allocations go to folks from India right now. That's a quarter. That's a big. And second is China with 46,680. Interesting to see how that. But again, you take 1.1 million foreign students. Does that open up jobs for Americans at 1.1 million? I can certainly see that side of the argument. Speaking of China, I can't believe I haven't heard about this story until you sent it, Deborah. You of course remember, folks, we were monitoring they didn't want to be called stranded American astronauts, but delayed in space astronauts. Now China legitimately has some stranded astronauts. What happened?
3 Chinese astronauts, they're saying they've been left stranded after their capsule was hit by some space debris. It's an unknown object, but they assume it's space debris. So they were aboard the space station since April. So they've been there for a while, and they were supposed to come back yesterday. But now that it's been damaged because of this space debris, they're going to have to wait until they can figure out, all right, how do we get ourselves home safely now? So kind of not too different than when, was it Butch and Sonny?
Yeah, Butch and Sonny. Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing.
All right, but space debris. Now, here's the thing. Like, what's the communist government of China? What real information are they going to release? Like, I'm even surprised we even heard about this story, right? Because China doesn't want to show that there are any imperfections in any part of their society, especially the space facilities. And
because they're trying to get to the moon, too. Yeah.
They're not coming home. I don't think. Space debris hitting the capsule. Picture every space movie you've seen, whether it's sci-fi or, like,
I'm thinking of Gravity mostly.
Yeah. Do you get debris? Yeah. They're probably already dead. I know, it's sad. We'll never find out. We'll never find out what's going on there in China, but thoughts and prayers. That's another reason why I'm never going to space, Deborah. Stop asking me, NASA. I'm not going to space.
I'm going.
Deborah will go. I am staying here on terra firma. From China to Paris, France. Learning more a little about how thieves managed to break into the Louvre in Paris last month. CBS's Vicky Barker has more from the foreign desk in London.
France's Court of Auditors has just released its report into last month's break-in at the Louvre, calling the heist a deafening alarm bell that security upgrades were long overdue. Museum officials have admitted the sole outdoor security camera didn't pick up the thieves, and an employee told Libération newspaper that at the time of the break-in, the password for the Louvre's security system was Louvre. The auditors saying museum officials prioritized appearances over security, investing in new artworks instead of maintaining and protecting the building itself. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
The password for security was Louvre.
At least it wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God! They need the IT department from WSB Radio over there.
Make sure you change it every 3 months.
It seems like it's every 3 weeks. Dag nabbit. I keep getting warning. I swear I just changed my password.
Don't forget to log in with your code.
And they're like, 8 days, Aram. You chubby son of a gun. You got to change your password in 8 days.
You've used this one before. This is too similar to one you've already used.
Oh, I'm using Louvre next time. 100. I can't believe that was the password for the security. How difficult was that to crack? Third try?
And they're like, let's just try it. It can't be that.
Exactly.
You're like, oh my gosh, it is.
First one, password, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no. Louvre. Ding. Take the jewels, kids. Jewels have not been recovered yet, by the way. C'est la vie. Hey, congrats to Trey from Dunwoody. He won a pair of tickets to see Sting. Bless your heart, Vinny. He was the 37th caller to win those tickets. Gordon Sumner, Sting at Chastain Amphitheater, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show. All right, this is a serious thing. Seasonal depression. A lot of folks suffer from it. We're going to give you some data when we come back after We check what has been a kind of annoying mid-morning commute. Live with the latest, it's Alex Williams.
Yeah, that's going to continue on the south side, Mark. Travel advisory into Union City. Rolling road work in 2 left lanes. 85 southbound approaching Flat Shoals Road, exit 66. Delays have already spilled back onto 285. Use Highway 29 toward Union City as an alternate. 75 northbound in Stockbridge. You got right lane construction before 675. On and off the brakes out of McDonough. And southbound still slow. 75 south leaving Mount Zion, passing Hudson Bridge. I've been scanning the camera. Haven't found any crashes, just that volume there heading down through Henry County. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
When traffic
no
hits,
traffic getting through in either direction.
The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
Even the bridge over 75 is being held.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
Out of Spaghetti Junction along 285 westbound and a crash on Peachtree Boulevard 141 southbound before 285.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, friends, have you filed an insurance claim for a roof replacement only to be denied? Are you not sure what to do? You're not alone. Dr. Roof here to help. Hey, it's Mark Aram. Dr. Roof specializes in reviewing the storm damage and getting your roof replaced. They've been around for over 37 years and can help you with all of your options. Don't settle for a denied or partial insurance claim. Get the roof you deserve with Dr. Roof, online at drroof.com.
Do you have any idea how often I have used Omaha Steaks products on my front porch for my friends and family? You know, I have guys over on Sunday nights. We watch football, drink some bourbon, have cigars, and I cook. And very often it's a steak platter, and I get it from Omaha Steaks. I make some bread, usually focaccia, and then I'll get the New York strips from Omaha Steaks, maybe some sausages as well, and throw them on the grill and just mix it with the bread. And it's easy to do, and Omaha Steaks makes it so easy. And you can do it too. And right now, get $35 off at Omaha Steaks with promo code ERIC at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. You go to omahasteaks.com. You know, and they're the official sponsor of tailgating right now. It's the perfect time of year to watch football and grill out from Omaha Steaks. I do it. You can too. You go to omahasteaks.com right now. Get $35 off with promo code ERIC, E-R-I-C-K, at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com.
Hi, I'm Deborah Morton, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate, right here on 95.5 WSB. Each Saturday, my show covers Atlanta's housing market and all things real estate. Reach out to me for trustworthy residential real estate advice. My team and I at The Agency Atlanta have something amazing for you. The Agency Atlanta's Home Report Card, a free, customized analysis on your home, a secret weapon to get more when the time comes to sell. Know your home's strengths and weaknesses, how your home stacks up against your competition, and when you are most likely to get top dollar. You'll know how to bring your grade up to an A+ and net more money when it's time to move. So if selling your home has even crossed your mind, let me send you the Agency Atlanta's free home report card. This is invaluable information and it's free. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com today to connect with us at the Agency Atlanta. That's InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com.
And the holiday season is officially underway, and that means you need to worry more about how to cook the turkey and how to keep Uncle Phil away from the baked beans than you do about your home's comfort. Oh, that Uncle Phil. Dave Baker here for Cool Ray Heating and Cooling, Plumbing and Electrical. So right now, Cool Ray's offering 12 months, 0% interest financing and free installation with the purchase of a complete Carrier system. You know, proper installation is like a sidekick for your HVAC, keeping your conditioned air in and Mother Nature's air out. However, maybe your HVAC is working fine. Well, Mr. Plumber, a Cool Ray company, is offering $100 off any plumbing service. From aging water heaters to clogged drains, Mr. Plumber has you covered. So say hello to indoor comfort and smooth flowing plumbing all season long. You have friends and family to worry about. Cool Ray will take care of the rest. Simply visit coolray.com today to schedule your appointment. Mr. Plumber, Cool Ray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Properties come in all shapes and sizes, and so do foundation repairs. Mark Beckham here. It could be new construction, a big house, a small house, or your commercial property. Anyway, you need the leaders in foundation repair to handle it. Get your free estimate at atlantaramjack.com.
If you're looking for an exceptional Swiss timepiece, visit Terra Fine Jewelry today. They have exceptional Swiss watches from Tag Heuer and the finest selection in Atlanta of pre-owned Rolex. It's where I've been shopping for over 25 years. Terra Fine Jewelry in Beaufort.
The holidays are approaching, so let my friends at Publix help you save money by shopping on the buy one, get one deals each week. Hey, it's Mark Arum. Yeah, there are BOGOs galore at your neighborhood Publix supermarkets. I love going in there and just following the yellow brick road of BOGOs. Save when you shop with the latest buy one, get one free items, deals on your favorites, and make sure you check out the BOGO deals before you shop. You can find the weekly ad online at Publix.com or in the Publix app. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the cost of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs. Whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited, the point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Deborah, do you recognize this TV show theme song? I don't think this was a Deborah Green show.
Off the beginning notes, no.
Westworld on HBO.
Oh, I watched the first season, and that was all I could get into.
So the woman who played Maeve, she was the madam in the saloon. Today's her birthday. Tandy Way Newton. Happy 50th. Amazing actress. British actress. I loved Westworld. I first loved the original movie with Yul Brynner. And I loved the first couple of seasons of Westworld. By the last season, I'm like, I'm not smart enough to watch this show.
That's how I got lost in it.
I was like, I'm a fairly educated, smart. I was like, I don't even know what the hell's going on. But it was good for a little bit. Happy birthday to Maeve Malay, 53. She looks fantastic. All right, Deborah, seasonal depression, it's a real thing. The experts are warning that seasonal depression starts, or impacts us how?
Well, they're seeing it as a jump. Normally, it's when, we do the time changes because it gets darker sooner, and so people seem to be depressed with less sunlight. But they're seeing it starting a little bit earlier and earlier. Now, between August and September, there's been more searches for seasonal depression. In fact, it jumped about 125%.
Wow.
And most of the states that are listed here, it's Idaho, Virginia, Massachusetts, Utah, New York, Montana, and Iowa. And they're saying a lot of them is because it gets colder a lot sooner. Like, it hasn't been cold here yet.
Oh, wait till next week.
I'm waiting for it to get cold. It's November. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
cold. But they're saying a lot of the states that have had their big cold snaps already, that's where the sad kind of hits earlier.
I'm fine until January 2nd. That's when seasonal depression hits me, where you're like...
Because you have to come back to work?
Well, I love... How dare you? I love this job. I wish they wouldn't let me take vacation. But it's...
We'll switch schedules.
Yeah, after January 1st, like, you get through Thanksgiving and Christmas, my birthday, New Year's Eve, and then it's like, bleh, like you have nothing to look forward to. Actually, I'm going to amend that. We'll have the WSB Christmas party at the end of January, so I'll have that to look forward to. The seasonal, I didn't even think that the time change would cause depression. I'm not depressed, but it gets dark so much earlier. Last night, Maya and I had dinner. She made yakisoba, delicious. Anyway, it was 7:15. I didn't know it was dark out. I'm like, I'm ready for bed, and she's like, it's 7:15, Aram. She calls me Aram.
Does it throw soba off too?
The time change throws soba off because she's used to getting fed at 5 p.m. So she doesn't know that it's now 4 p.m. So she waits till 4:30 p.m., which in her mind is 5:30 p.m. And the first day after the time change, she jumped on the couch and was like attacking me
ring the bell.
in a lovely way. Yeah, the bell works. But yeah, Soba's like, you're 30 minutes late on my dinner, Chubbs. Let's go. So she's not seasonally depressed. She's seasonally hungry. She's always hungry. Like her dad.
Longoria's fact of the day.
All right, today's National Saxophone Day. And born on November 6, 1814, Adolph Sax invented the musical instrument, including the saxophone. Sachs constructed the saxophone in several sizes in the early 1840s, and on June 28, 1846, he received a 15-year patent for the instrument. The patent emphasized 14 different versions of the fundamental design, split into 2 categories of 7 instruments.
Saxophone.
Saxophone.
That's all I could think while you were spilling that out. Did you know, Deborah, that my brother-in-law, Maya's brother, is a professional jazz saxophone player?
Really?
Yes.
And he won't compose anything for the show?
I never asked him, but if you want to follow him on Instagram, Adam Hutchison Jazz. Adam Hutchison, no N, Hutchison Jazz. He's remarkable. Professional jazz musician on National Saxophone Day. I should text him. Hey, kid, happy National Saxophone Day. Adam Hutchison Jazz. Give him a follow.
Now, are you guys ready for the Mark Aram show?
Man, what an amazing show today. Such amazing guests. Kyle Wade, President and CEO of the Atlantic Community Food Bank, acfb.org if you want to help out. So many folks dealing with food insecurity, acfb.org. Nicole Valdez joined us live in Louisville on the horrific UPS plane crash. Peter Greenberg, travel expert. Great insight and advice for those that are worried about air travel right now with the government shutdown. Angelique, who lost her poor dog, Tiny. We're going to follow that story. That's just horrific. We also had Bloomberg's Francesca Maglione. Good stuff on the H1B1. Jonathan Karl from ABC promoting his new book. Stephen Portnoy. John Decker was inside the Supreme Court and heard the arguments live yesterday. He gave us a great breakdown. Tomorrow on the show,
we've got Kevin Smith.
Jay and Silent Bob's Kevin Smith.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who else? I already forgot.
Bill Crane.
Now, somebody besides Phil. Oh, Phil Rosenthal.
Phil Rosenthal.
Yes.
Everybody feeds Phil. Social medias at Mark Aram. Stay safe. Have a great Thursday, Atlanta.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD.